Danny, what are you doing?
No, it wasn't that got me. It was Danny taking a big ass bite of that burger.
It's Danny It's not the noise or anything for once. It's just Danny going eating the burger like that.
Salt and vinegar.
Oh, brilliant stuff! Everybody, welcome back to Kings of Pop Culture. We got the Fantastic Five here, baby. The starting five, not quite the Jackson Five, but we're here. We got Cody in the house. We got Danny, Shamoon, and Adam.
Cody in the house.
Join us later on, somewhere an hour later, with a bucket load of food. But Danny, straight into it. Read out your agenda, sir. Let's get this baby rolling.
So,
put the burger down.
All right, we're gonna do a quick post-credit scene. I know this is crazy. It's not even post-credit, but like my man, Mr. Chosen wants to rant about the Halloween franchise for no reason, but it is what it is. Nah, I'm just kidding. And then we're also gonna talk about the Spider-Man review 2. So all you Spider-Man video game nerds get to talking about the fun stuff. As far as like our DC. As far as DC goes, we're gonna have some fun this time. We're gonna actually help our boy Strike out. Like he needs some animated DC movies. He's like, and of course, for our Marvel segment, we're actually gonna talk about Robby Downey Jr. possibly coming back to the MCU. Yes, I think that's pretty okay. Next, and then as far as Cobra Kai, Strike Hard, Strike First, all that good shit. The dark side of Robby, and they went a little bit more dark with Robby. So, Mr. Jacob, sir, son, my friend, my comrade, all that good stuff. Go ahead and rant. Do your thing. Do Jacob shit.
One more tip, right?
Do Jacob shit. Yeah.
Now, in the spirit of Halloween, okay? In the spirit of Halloween, I feel like it's appropriate to talk about this movie series, because this came the other day. And it's no secret that besides Pennywise and his bitch ass, I really don't mind watching the Halloween movies. I think they're okay. But for me, there are more bad Halloween movies than anything. The first one is decent, doesn't hold up well. It was made in the 70s. But the idea of it is really good. The second one is a very good sequel. Every Halloween movie after that has sucked donkey balls, okay? Every single movie from then has been absolutely abysmal. It's been terrible, okay? So for every Halloween fan that's like, oh yeah, we've had great movies. You've had Busta Rhymes literally drop-kicking Michael Myers out of a window. You've had Laurie Strode kissing her own brother. It's weird. It's a whole thing. You've had Rob Zombie putting his lovely little crazy, insane and redneck spin on the Halloween franchise. That's also a thing. But I think for me, when you look at the Halloween franchise as a whole, when you look at this trilogy, because
this man said trilogy.
2018, right, was a decent first act. It was what The Force Awakens was to Star Wars. It was like, okay, you've been here before, but you don't know this story. It was familiar, but still something quite new. And I think for me, it started off so well. Then you get to Kills, which feels like a natural progression for the story. It feels like a sequel. Stupid, bombastic, a bit silly. Characters are dumb, but it's dumb fun. It's enjoyable. And you kind of root for Michael Myers to do his thing at the end. However, big however, then you get to Halloween Ends. Now, bear in mind, I was late for work this day because I thought, you know what? I really want to see this movie. There was a couple sat down the road from me that bought not just any packet of Haribos, cinema Haribos. Now, you know how expensive that packet's going to be. I kid you not. Not only did they leave the film early, they didn't open that packet of Haribos at all. So that's the benchmark for how bad this movie is. And the reason I wanted to talk about it is because this movie is exactly everything that's wrong with current storytelling. You don't get to the third act and then just begin again. That's not how storytelling works. You don't do that. There is a great story in here with Corey and the potential for a great spin-off. but it's poorly placed. It just doesn't fit here. I hope everyone had a great Halloween, by the way. It just doesn't fit here. And for me, when you get to the third act of your story and you just undo everything, and somehow you make the final fight between Laurie and Michael feel unearned, then you've done a disservice to the franchise. You've just completely pissed all over the last two films. And I just needed to vent a little bit because it was on my mind the other day. We were talking about it. And literally a year back from now, this lovely, handsome Scottish geezer right here joined us for a trilogy watch party. Now, he joined us for that watch party, which I fell asleep for, but it's different. Because remember the Halloween one where I fell asleep? I fell asleep primarily because I fell asleep. This time I actively chose to fall asleep because I didn't care. I just couldn't be asked to care. I really couldn't be asked to care whatsoever. And it was great to introduce Adam into the fold by watching it with us. And it reminded me just how bad the movie is.
Adam was just taking a piss through the whole entire movie.
And I remember rewatching the next bit, like the bits that I missed the next day and just being in stitches because of everything you were saying about the movie. And I wholeheartedly agree. This is, when you're doing a trilogy, look at Halloween Ends. That is an example of how to not do a trilogy and how to not do a third act. Because again, you don't get to the third act of your trilogy and then begin again. That's not how the 3-act structure works. You can't do that. You don't get to experiment and just take risks because then you just undo everything. It would be like, for instance, getting to Return of the Jedi and then the fight between Luke and Vader, and all of a sudden Vader goes, daffodils. It's completely unearned. It comes out of nowhere. It makes no sense. Why are you saying daffodil? That makes absolutely zero freaking sense. Now,
also, before we
Adam,
transition, I want to chime in on something on that, by the way. Also,
you can indeed.
This is another thing that I would like to tell Hollywood out there. Can we please stop getting 30-year-olds that are trying to play 19-year-olds? It don't look right. Because you've done a 70s error and new age. How could you have possibly done that? Please, can we stop getting that? Thank you.
That would be nice. Also, can you actually hire people who actually look like they could be bullies, not the other way around?
Yeah.
Yeah, those high school bullies were not believable. I'm like, wait, why is he getting bullied by high schoolers?
When you got Michael Myers, right? 7-foot monster. How in the blazes is this little short midget grabbing this lumberjack and choke slamming him onto the floor?
He took him to the ground and took his mask.
He's like, I want your mask. Grabs him, throws him onto the ground, proceeds to beat the living daylights out of him. I'm like, is this the boogeyman? Or is this a WWE fight? What are we watching here?
Yeah.
What is this fan fiction? What's going on?
I can say this. Corey's single leg takedown was pretty sweet. That was pretty good. That was clean technique, Corey. Good job, sir.
Also, fun fact on the wrestling fact, the reason why actually the Undertaker, the dead man, done this setup was because of Michael Myers. That's where he got that from.
Cheers to that.
So ironically,
it's a homage.
It's a little callback, but a horrible callback because it was the wrong way around.
Oh, nice little monster mango. Monster mango.
Monster mango.
Oh, yes. I used to drink that stuff by the gallons loads. Not
but
anymore.
yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to bring it up because we're in Halloween season. I thought it'd be a fun little opener for us to begin with. And yeah, just don't do anything what this movie did. Okay, don't do anything what this movie did whatsoever. Terrible movie. One of them kind of beer drinking movies that just makes for a fun drunken watch party. Bit like but yeah. Well, oh dear. I just read that. Yeah, so we're done with Halloween. Halloween's over. We're leaving it in the rear view. And another reason I brought it up is because they're on about continuing the franchise with Miramax, I think. And I'm just like, you know what?
I've heard they want to carry on. 24, and now it's back.
No, we don't want it.
So they basically want to carry on. And in my opinion, if you're going to carry on, You got to move away from Laurie Strode.
It's
Just
that
start
scene
fresh.
from Lilo and Stitch.
Just make a new origin story for this version of Michael Myers.
Just die.
Start
Why
fresh.
won't you just
Like,
die?
To me, you do a disservice to the mystique and the enigma of the character by delving into all this detail and lore about him. What makes him so great is that you don't know anything about him. You know?
Yeah.
The way I
That's
like my
just-
And
Joker.
it's just,
The
me,
way I like
it's
the
like
Joker.
with me. Like me and Adam did a review on Halloween just the other day or whatever, and I even said like in the movie, it was the beginning of the end of this franchise because John Carpenter, even himself, said like, I didn't mean to make this monster. I do not like this or whatever. Like it's supposed to be about a dude in a mask that's shaking mofos. That's it. Like that's
It was
it.
supposed
Like
to
that's
be a
it.
one-off as well. That's the
Yeah.
thing as well.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
made it even more
never
annoying.
meant to be replicated.
No, like
It
that's
was
the
never
thing.
meant to be replicated.
It was supposed to be an anthology series, and that's why we got the horrible third one that no one ever mentions.
Yeah, we don't mention that one.
Yeah.
Season of the ditch. Yeah, we don't mention that one. But we're gonna move on from that because I know we've got a boy just on our side here who is absolutely waiting and itching to talk about the one, the only Spider-Man. Go on, Cody. Off you go, bro. I'll let you take this one. All right,
For
Cody,
those of
you
who
have set the
played this
stage, sir.
game, it is one of the best Spider-Man experiences you'll ever witness, especially if you're a fan of this storyline right here. Black Suit Spider-Man 252 issue. It's a masterpiece. It really built, like obviously the first game was a success, massive success. But this game, the true sequel, it captured so many of the same beats and elements that we loved from the first game and transferred them over to this storyline, which is probably the most popular storyline of Peter getting the black suit, becoming a complete dirtbag and being full of so much power and just resentment towards his family, his friend, or he doesn't really have any family anymore, spoiler alert, and friends that he's thrown away.
I like how you just slipped that in there.
And it's just beautifully done. Peter, like Yuri Lowenthal, he's even before this game came out, he had overtaken Toby. RJ knows all about this. I used to be a Raimi fanboy. But
Ow! Ow! Feedback.
anyways, so Yuri Lowenthal is probably my favorite Spider-Man now, and he just killed it throughout this game. I'm sure you guys can agree.
Dude, he should get some kind of award or something for his performance, especially when he gets the symbiote in the game. You can see the transition from Peter to like an evil psychopathic piece of crap. Like it's just that the voice acting on display there is absolutely top notch. One question I do have for you boys: how do you feel with how they utilize Venom? Because every time Venom is involved, Sony have this like trigger happy button where they go, "Ooh, I've got to rush it a little bit." And go ahead, Red Ranger.
When it comes to this, like, I'm sorry, I've talked to Cody about this at length, right? Like, I completed the game, I platinumed it because I enjoyed it that much. But the one thing I do have an issue with Venom, right? The one issue I had with Venom, it's just TASM. They had TASM 2, but with Venom, and I was like, "What are you doing?" Like, it was good at parts. They done it a lot better, given. But they didn't need the callback to the horrible window scene. They had that scene, but just different.
Yeah,
why?
this is true.
But everything else with Venom was quite cool. Venom was a formidable foe. You know, that's the thing. When it comes to Venom, I also think it's hard to do his story all the time because it's been done to death as well. So, like, you know, the minute everybody saw the trailer, you know, everybody's like, it's Harry. And it's like, well, the fact that they could call it so easily, that's kind of for me, kind of sucks because it would have been better to like had it be someone else. But the one thing as well is that I think maybe we need to start moving forward from Venom and actually maybe do something different now. Because like even like we've had it quite a few games now as well. Even like one of the best Spider-Man games of all time on the PS2, which was the Ultimate Spider-Man. That was one of the games that had that in it as well. So. It was good, but overall, I'm still kind of annoyed at certain parts because a lot of it felt forced a lot of the time as well, and you don't understand why. Sometimes it just felt like Harry had a reason to be angry for no reason.
Yeah,
it felt a bit like an edgy teen at points. I'm not gonna lie, but it was just like, just the world's out to get me. Everything's unfair. It's all everyone else's fault.
And I feel like as a result of that, Craven's story...
Sounds like RJ whenever you say he's a simp for Mary.
As a result of Venom...
I was going to say, isn't Harry always mad about something?
Yes. Where's my clip? Where is it? Hold on. Hold that thought.
You're a fraud, Spider-Man!
That is the thing I was on about as well, ironically enough, that it's very similar to the game.
I feel like Craven's storyline suffered at the hands of Venom.
I agree with Cody on that, because a lot of the time, like, when you first get introduced to Craven, you're like, oh yes, this dude is doing stuff you would never expect to see, and especially, usually a teen-rated game, you're like, whoa, this is going further than what we'd expect. And then it sort of just slows down near the end, and then speeds back up, and then it gets overtaken by Venom again, and it's like,
I will say they balanced it better than the last two attempts that they've done it with the movies, but there was something missing where as soon as Harry and Peter have their disagreement, they have to just shoehorn Venom in there like as fast as possible. And the mission you get to play as Venom is sick. Like, it's so good. But
that was so fun.
It feels like they were just kind of threw it in there at the end, and Craven became kind of an afterthought after that point.
Yeah.
Whenever, like, Sony have a hard-on for just rushing Venom into stuff, and, like, honestly, they're just like, we got to shove Venom in there. And I feel like the game does such a great job. It's just this one little thing where it's like, it still feels rushed, not as bad as previous attempts. Spider-Man 3, for instance.
It's definitely the best adaptation of it, but it's still one of those things where it's like, it did negate some of the story, like Cody was saying, like with the Craven stuff, and like when it comes to ultimately Venom as a villain as well, he is obviously going to be one of the most popular villains of all time. But the issue that comes with that is that it's like the Joker. Eventually, they're going to keep reusing that storyline till it's dead. Basically, it's like beating a dead horse.
Basically done to death.
Yeah. So fingers crossed that they make a third one, because hopefully we can figure out what's going on afterwards, because obviously
I will say this, and I said this to RJ. I love this game to pieces. Like, it's a great sequel, but I still think for me the first one is the best, just because it had no prior thing to go. Like, obviously you have like previous Spider games beforehand, but it had nothing to go over. It needed to slap day one, and with this game, it had the first game, it had the Miles spin-off, and now it feels like they're building on it even more. And in terms of gameplay, it's the best, but I feel like there's just certain elements that what I don't want them to get caught up in is like, we need to one-up ourselves, because that can always lead to a lot of problems. And the more that you do that one-up mentality, you end up like Fast and Furious, where like every movie has to constantly like one-up itself. It's like, hey, we've got a vault through the streets of Rio. How can we top that? An airplane on a runway. Hey, how can we top that? We can jump cars from building to building in Abu Dhabi. Hey, how can we top that? Let's go to space. Like, I just wanted to be careful of that, because there is a couple of Easter eggs. So spoilers, again, spoiler warning, people, if you haven't played up to this point, I don't know where you've been living. I don't know. But there is a Spider-Verse Easter egg in there. And I found that, and I was like, oh, that's sick. But what I don't want people to do is like, oh, Spider-Verse confirmed. It's like, oh, hang on, whoa. Let's just ease it back in, reel it back in a little bit, take it one step at a time. You don't want to rush so much at once, because then you're going to start getting shitty sequels. We waited 5 years for this game, and it was worth it. Yes, there's a few little gripes and nitpicks I have, but by and large, it's okay. And I really enjoy playing the game. And Miles' suit at the end, I'm a bit 50-50 on.
Yeah. Also, I was going to ask you that, Jacob. Me and the boys are on a general consensus of this, right? Don't you feel like Miles took a bit of a back burner in this game, where he wasn't actually more of a focal point compared to Peter? It was like Peter was getting all this cool stuff, and Miles was just sitting in a jail cell being like, hello.
And he was also like just saving drums when he was doing something.
Yeah,
well,
he's sitting there trying to write a new a thing as well.
He is the MVP of the game, but I will say, for me personally, I feel like they got the balance right. I think there is moments where you're like, hey, where's Miles? It's been like a hot minute. Where is this geezer? But at the same time, trying to balance the both of them. And I think it was essential to focus on Peter mainly, because if we look at this just in context, Miles at the current state of things is more powerful than Peter. Like his negative energy, twice as powerful. The minute you give Peter the symbiote, it's a wrap. Like, no. So I think they needed to do that. until they gave Peter the power buff. Because the minute he gets the symbiote, like as much as I love the Iron Spider stuff, it is not as flattering as the symbiote stuff. It's just not as flattering. And the reveal of when he's like got the anti-venom suit and you get to keep the symbiote, I'm like, oh yeah, yes. And then linking it with Mr. Negative and Miles forgiving him, even though Mr. Negative was the reason his dad is dead. Like it's everything that is the theme of Spider-Man and the core identity of that character is within these games, and I freaking love it. And just having that sort of like Spider-Man 3 element, you know, where like Peter forgives Sandman for having a hand in Uncle Ben's death. It's like that letting go, you know, freeing yourself. And in doing that, not only does he redeem a hero, like he redeems a hero, like a villain to help. Not even Peter himself said, "Hey, I've never been able to do that."
Yeah,
it's great. That's really cool. I did see something earlier on. I think, was it you that sent it into the chat, one of you guys, or was it Evan? About how Miles is going to get the reins from this point going forward.
Oh, yeah, I sent that earlier.
Which makes sense. It makes sense. And I think given that Spider-Man 3 is just around the corner, well, in about 5 years, let's be honest, I think Peter will still be involved, but it will be more of a backseat role. So I think Miles from this point on will be like the focal center. So there are parts of this game where Miles does take a bit of a backseat, but it's not as bad as you know. It's not too bad. It's all right.
No, I see that's a kill take on it, because for me, obviously, when it came to the game, I enjoyed it, but sometimes I did just feel like Miles was missing a bit too much for me personally, because I'm like, you know, I thought, because obviously going forward, you know, I thought there'd be more like of a dynamic duo, ironically, but you know, he took more of a backseat, which I was quite surprised at, and I was also quite like, let's be real, I'm sorry, I'm in the same boat as you guys. I do not know if his main story suit is a good suit or not. I really am 50-50.
Yeah, it's like what Tristan said. It's not a bad suit. It's actually a good suit as an alternate suit, but as his main suit, it's like way too out there in my opinion. Like,
yeah,
I feel like
Miles
the
is
main
like
suit, it should resemble at least you should be able to look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's Miles Morales. With this one, you can't really tell if like you didn't know.
Yeah, like I think with this new suit, like because his hair like hangs out, it's like very dependent on the hair. You know, I think that's a problem.
That was another thing that I noticed during Miles' storyline. They focused so much on his hair. I'm like, dude, can you like chill out? Like even at like one point, you can walk up to a barber and he's like, oh, I love your do you love your fresh fade? And he's like, oh, I'm loving it and stuff. And I'm like, why the fuck is this here? Like, it's a kill haircut. Go, don't get me wrong, but why are you focusing so much onto the guy's hair?
That timing was perfect. Hi, Danny. But nah, like it's a great game, worth the wait, and I think I've been using the fast travel system a lot, and I thought I would abuse it, or it would ruin things, but it actually doesn't, because you get to a space where you use fast travel so much, you're like, you know what, I just want to swing around the city. Like you actually numb yourself out wanting to use it. And I think from a technical standpoint, just a gameplay standpoint, the fact that you can fast travel to any point in the game with an accurate New York, from what I've heard, like it's an accurate New York, it's literally at the drop of a button. That is a technological advancement. That is awesome. That's really good. I don't know how they managed to pull that off.
Another good game mechanic for me as well is that they didn't let you do it straight away. They made sure you swung first, and you had to slowly, progressively unlock, which is good as well. So then they knew that people who would like to abuse it from the get-go couldn't. Because I see too many people like that, especially with these games, where instead of actually traveling and experiencing it, they're like, fast travel, fast travel, fast travel.
And once you equip all your traversal mechanics, dude, you're going to get through one part of the map to the second part in like seconds.
Dude, you get there so quick. 20 people watching right now. 20 people. Sorry, I just got a message. 20 people watching right now. Everyone smash that like button.
Whip the like button. Whip it.
I need a second.
Whip it.
Whip it.
What the hell happened? All right. Adam, what was your favorite part of the game?
See, now you're putting me on the spot, because I love so many things, because there's so many great side missions as well as the story. So it's like, right. So let me think about this one actually. Right. So favorite part of the game. I know it's a bit cheesy, but I've got to probably say the side mission where you talk to that old dude on the park bench.
I love that one.
Yeah.
That dude, like, obviously the story itself is great,
so
but that
beautiful,
one part, like, just took you to a different place emotionally, where it was like, damn, it hits you so in the feels. So I've got to say that, because there's so many other stuff that was good, but that's just integrated into my brain from that game from now on. Like, that will be always one of the things that I'll remember of it.
And it was so much more sad because, like, I saw a bunch of people on Twitter saying, "Oh, R.I.P. Howard" and stuff. So I knew it was coming, but I thought he was gonna like say, "Yo, Spider-Man, I got cancer." So I thought he was gonna have cancer. But the fact that you go do a thing for him for his pigeons,
you do a thing for him, and then you get back,
he's gone,
and he's gone.
It's
I was when I was playing through that mission, and when you get back there and he's gone, I went, nah, bro.
Yeah.
Why are you cutting them onions on me? I've already cried enough of this game. For God's sake. I will say that the soundtrack to this game is off the charts. Like, the soundtrack, whenever Harry's like talking about we're gonna heal the world, or the symbiote theme. Oh my God. I will say this, right? The one thing this game gets spot on, okay? I know Marvel at face value, superheroes for kids, all right. The symbiote is a dark entity. The game where you're the mission where you're as MJ running away from Peter in the symbiote suit, that shit's scary.
Oh yeah.
Like that is absolutely get me out of there. Oh, hey Zoe, what's up? Hey dudes, enjoy your stream. Just Marbles, got work tomorrow early, so see you later. Enjoy. Take care, Tinkerbell. But yeah, like that mission where you're just running away and you don't know where he is, and he's like right behind you. Yeah. Tense, brilliant. The sound design, the graphics, from a technical standpoint, this game is one of the best things you're ever going to see. Like, you know how like Batman Arkham Asylum was in the top 10 games for like Xbox and PlayStation for years, like for years, even when GTA was like one thing, and it still is. It's exactly
still
like
number one.
Yeah. It's great, you know. I do see people have like the comparison argument of which is better, the Arkham games or these, and I'm going to be that one arsehole that says it's your preference. Just take your poison. Like, they're both amazing. Like, the Arkham series is freaking top notch. Like, it's so
just like
and this is
everything is preference nowadays, man. It's like you can like both, damn it.
Everyone gets on their like Marvel versus DC soapbox, and then it just becomes a whole thing. You know, it's like, oh, well, you know, Marvel's better because they have Spider-Man, and then some guy in DC will go, oh, well, Batman's better because he's got prep time. It's like, shut up.
And then you get people like us that are actually nuanced individuals and likes both, because the amount of times I get annoyed at people.
You can enjoy more.
Yeah, exactly. Because, you know, I've always had those like people come up to me over the years and be like, DC's
Marvel, DC, bro. Marvel, DC, bro.
Like, Marvel, like, DC. It's always some Jake Paul looking dude. Like, it's like you just go away. Like, stop trying to create toxicity where there isn't any.
I just throw him a Hail Mary and I just say, anime.
Oh, you're that one guy at the conversation where
he had to
there is no door
it.
number 4.
He had to find a way.
It's the same as the last stream. You just had to find a way to mention anime in some way, shape, or form. You had to do it, didn't you? You had to do it.
I had to do it, man.
It's all right. It's all right, Jacob. It's all good. It's all good. Maybe we should put on a little bit of Nickelback or something. I don't know.
Only a hero can save us. I'm not gonna stand here and wait.
You guys
give me 1 second.
You guys know that I am not a DC guy, but I'm giving DC its props here, especially the Arkham games, because Insomniac took like most of those mechanics for their game. So,
yes, exactly. They learn from each other. That's what fanboys don't get. Now, everyone, I don't know what Danny's gonna do. I'm waiting for the grand reveal. Let's get a drum roll. Going.
It's just good.
Nickelback.
Trash.
Bro, this man went all the way to pick up a bin and say Nickelback.
What he's saying is
Danny, you've seen the memes. Everyone pretends like they hate Nickelback, but come on, we love Nickelback.
I'm an actual real person.
Come on, Danny. Come on.
Listen, you know when you hear Nickelback Hero playing at the end of the first Spider-Man, you're like, oh, nostalgia, early 2000s.
No, you know that I don't watch credits, Jacob. So,
well, you're wrong for that.
Also, a little bit of photograph. Come on, photograph. How I remind you? Come on, Danny. You know
This
you
is
love
Nickelback.
it. Come on.
No, but it's like every
There you go.
sofa. Like in the UK, I don't know how it is for you guys out there, but Adam, you know, like how every sofa or couch for other countries out there, every couch or sofa advert here would have Nickelback playing in the offset. Every single one.
Yep.
Because they got shit taste in music.
It's legendary.
Who's got bad music taste?
Hey. Our adverts might have bad music in it, but at least we don't have an advert every 2 seconds. So,
yeah, I agree. Every time I'm watching anything American related, there's like an advert every 2 seconds. I'm like, can I actually soak in the entertainment I'm watching without having to ad break every 2 minutes? Like it's jarring.
I get ad free, so I don't like understand what your guys' struggle is going on. So
Danny,
I get ad free.
Do you have YouTube Premium?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yes,
I do.
I
I do
pay
as
for
well.
that
To be
shit.
fair.
Wait, Danny, you pay for that?
See, I'm the one mofo who will refresh until the video skips. I'm not paying for that. Too many expenses.
Like,
I
wasn't
paid
spending money
even
on
for
cinema,
Cobra Kai
I'm not
back in the day.
I be driving a lot, so like.
Oh my god.
RJ? Language, sir. Language. Hey, come to camera. Come to camera. Come on, come to camera.
Come to camera. I'm still
Why
at work.
not? Why can't you come to camera?
I'm still at work.
He's just chilling and work.
Yeah, work.
Big doo-doo this time.
So, RJ,
Big doo-doo.
He's rizzing up the snow bunnies.
No, at my job, we have Latinas, baby. It's Latina Central.
oh wait, whoa! Reel it in, dude.
Wow, we went off track hard then.
I just had
Jesus,
to correct it.
the minute RJ you came in, right? Anyway, we were talking about Spider-Man. Can you sum up any of your grievances or praises with Spider-Man? You have the floor, sir.
Let's see.
What in the hell was that noise?
Sorry. It just like, what was that noise? It's all like quiet. He just goes.
I hate you guys and love you at the same time.
I mean, it's a good game. Yeah.
Talk about Craven.
I'm sorry, Cody. It's your reaction.
No, I'm good, bro. I'm not gonna touch on that.
No, I want to touch on it. I want to hear it.
I didn't like some of the story decisions. You know what they do with Craven, and
Yeah, to elaborate a little bit.
they just made him a punk at the end. I just didn't like that. Yeah, I just felt could have been done better. It built him up to be such a badass, and at the end he just gets his head eaten, bit off. It's just like, what are we doing?
I mean, it was a pretty badass death. It was you went out like a warrior.
I mean that's cool and all, but like, I bought the game to see Craven kick some ass, and I didn't get enough of that. That's just me. Sorry, I'm just saying.
I think the problem with that, the Craven thing, I mean, what are they going to do with Craven next game, though? That's the thing.
I mean, for me,
what do you want to see from Craven?
I wanted more resolution.
You brought that up.
That's basically what I'm saying.
It's like I was saying earlier on. Whenever they bring Venom into the mix, there's always whoever is the other villain will take a back seat immediately. Like that always.
That's basically my issue. It's like, okay,
I think
you just kind of just sidelined him. It's like, yeah.
I mean, I already had an issue with the fact that Craven takes out the Sinister Six. Like that alone is like, I love Craven.
That was very.
That was a
him
weird
killing Electro. I don't buy that.
That was a weird decision.
Jacob, did
Now,
you see the Rhino thing?
What's that, Sharon?
Did you see the Rhino?
The Rhino thing.
Yeah, I saw the Rhino thing. Yeah. Now,
how did you do that?
I wonder why they call me the Rhino.
Oh boy, not that shit.
This is crazy.
You get in the trash.
The people behind this game Sony, are just down the hallway, right? And the same writing lot are saying, "Don't you know why they call me the Rhino?" You're like, this makes no sense.
Great process. Like I don't know what the hell they were thinking.
Oh my god.
Like
You guys see the thing that I posted in the chat?
Fucking hell.
You guys seen the thing that I posted in the chat?
Oh nah, bro.
Freaking
I
couch.
said, forget about it, cuz.
Hey, RJ, say that again. You know, it's like, drop a hell. I want to hear about this, man. I said, forget about
What
it.
in the
I said, forget about it.
Danny, bro, what's wrong with you?
Happy Sunday.
I gotta go off camera for a second.
God damn, what the hell?
Danny, what are you
Danny, what
on?
the fuck?
Oh, Danny, this is a plot twist. Normally it's one of us or someone else. I'm gonna say it once. You need Jesus.
Yeah.
I already got him, but like I just got me and him got a sense of humor with one another.
How are you gonna send that?
Oh, good.
I just like that RJ faded out into the nether realm.
It's disgusting.
Oh god.
Shit, I didn't mean to do that.
It's freaking awful.
Danny, what
I
the
want to know
hell?
is
Man?
what was his plan to do with it after it was all out?
What are you talking about? Like, are we talking about Craven, or are we talking about the thing that I said? Like,
Yeah, we're talking about the you know what it is? We're talking about the Sentence to Sick butchering of Craven. That's what it is.
Another
All in all,
derail.
the game is good. I like it. It's just some story issues, but it's a good game.
And I think RJ pretty much has the same issues we had with Miles.
Oh man!
Yeah. No.
Ah,
What the hell?
What?
Nah, these mofos right here. What the hell's going on?
Oh, is there more? Oh gosh. All right.
I'm not looking at that.
Anyways, RJ also has issues with Miles' story, as we did, I think, right, RJ?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Oh, it hurts to it hurts to laugh.
This ain't it, cuz.
This is not the way.
we back, guys. We back.
What the hell is that, bro?
Well, go on then.
No, actually, no. Sorry, no.
No, actually, no. Sorry, what?
Fuck, bro.
All we need now is Chris to just chime in and say, "Man."
Hey, bro.
Malaka.
Oh my goodness.
If I load this, I swear to God, oh my God.
This is not the way.
Ah.
You want to know what's the sad part about it is that Doctor was not wearing gloves when he was pulling that shit out.
Oh
Literally.
no! Line.
Fuck, bro.
That is it. That is it, Cody. What? That is it.
Cody,
What? Now draw the line. That's it. That is it. Right, everyone, sum up Spider-Man. Cody and RJ and Adam. You three close out the Spider-Man game segment. You three decide amongst yourselves while I recover and panicking.
For me, I'm within agreement with a lot of you guys. Gameplay, it's far leaps and bounds above the first two games, but the story, I would say put it right around the same as the first game. If not, if I have to choose, the first game's got a better story, but that's just me.
Yeah, I'm in the sort of same boat as Cody because like the first game's got a better overall story, like the way it works, but like the gameplay and everything else makes the second game a bit higher when it comes to that sort of stuff.
You're damn right. I agree. I don't need to rephrase. I'm in complete agreement with Adam and Cody.
So, I guess we can move on to the next segment if Danny's.
The fuck, man.
You know, I'm glad I did it before I saw that. I'm glad you sent that after I finished my meal, Danny. Thank you. You're thinking about me always, and I appreciate you for that.
Right, I need to just time for an intervention. An intervention now. We just need an intervention. Let's go old school for a second.
Goddamn right.
Hey, RJ, what?
This
Goddamn right. Oh, that was
Right. Okay. Boom. So we can add Spider-Man again to more discussions because I think Spider-Man 2 hype is still real. We've still got a lot of it to talk about. But as we've hit the 40-minute mark, Danny, what's the next item on our agenda, Senor?
So we're going to actually help our friend Cody to kind of have somewhat of
Cody,
good
this is an
DC movies that
intervention.
he can
You have
watch.
a problem.
Yeah,
like,
you need help,
man,
my
come on.
brother.
Right.
You need to-
Okay. So I'll start this out by saying, Cody, this is important. The DCEU and just DC movies in general are not a reflection on DC whatsoever. Like the animated department is where it's at. I still stand by that. This Under the Red Hood is one of the best superhero films ever put to screen. No, I know, Danny, you're gonna say, "Oh, Mask of the Phantasm, bro." Yeah, I know. We'll get to you. But Under the Red Hood is
Damn
freaking
right.
god tier. Okay, I don't believe it. Kenny would whoop his ass. But Under the Red Hood is freaking goated. The original Justice League series is mint. The animated universe is a treasure trove of greatness. Now, there are some bad movies in there. Batman Hush being one of them. That is the biggest pile of, it's a big old piece of trash. But
literally,
yeah, now that's where that belongs, not Nickelback. We
oh,
give them a
Nickelback. There's enough room for Batman Hush and Nickelback in here. It's all good. Yeah. Go ahead, continue. Go ahead, continue.
But no, I'm going to feed onto you now, Danny. So, Danny, please, educate's the wrong word. Please show Cody the way of the DC animated world.
What the fuck, bro?
What? Yeah, RJ.
No, I'm sorry, man. One of my coworkers just came up to my car, just staring at me. I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
What?
Tell him
He
to
said-
get stopped. I'm streaming here.
They're sat there watching the stream, being like, "Is he doing this from his car?"
Yup.
You goddamn right.
Yes, he is. We're doing it live. That's how we do. That's how we do. Check the chat.
That's how we do it. Where we from? Okay. So yeah, Cody boy. So like, highly recommend the Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh,
Arguably the best Batman movie of all time, and actually my favorite movie of all time. That shit is like damn near perfection. Like, you know, it gives you a solid backstory on Batman and for Batman the animated series. It does have spice on there, like it's seasoning up of Batman or whatever. Like, you know.
Hey, so Danny, just on a quick side note, who runs the Oscars? Who decides who wins the Oscars?
Non-seasoned people, and they come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Anyway,
Well, no,
like I was back to the point.
They technically don't.
So they're
And you got a couple. The Mayos. Okay, so like back I was saying, like, you know, like the
Shout out.
yeah, Mask of the Phantasm, bro, is like one of the most perfect. I believe it's like a good murder mystery type of movie. So like, it's pretty good. The perfection, and also Justice League Doom. So like the stuff that I was telling you about with the prep time and stuff, like I highly recommend you watch that because that's Batman on steroids. Okay, it's literally Batman on steroids.
Which one is this again?
Is it Justice League Doom?
Well, if you want, I can also send you the animated movie watch list because there's some movies that are connected together and some that aren't.
Yeah.
But I will say this though: Son of Batman is another one. That's another great one. It's a really
me and my man down here did a review on it right now. However, we got
allow me to set up the spin-off.
The fuck?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, there you go. That's the airtime is. Yeah, there you go. Leave RJ in the corner. Continue on.
I was gonna say, yeah, Justice League Doom, Mask of the Phantasm. I mean, Son of Batman. Dude, I could go on and on and on. RJ, what do you recommend to Cody Boy?
Those are pretty good. I'm gonna go like more live action route. You definitely need to finish watching the Batman.
Yes. Wait. Sorry. Whoa. Hold on. Whoa. Mind blown. Wait. You mean the Batman, as in Robert Pattinson Batman?
Yeah.
Cedric Diggory Batman. Cody, sir. Bad, Cody. Bad,
He didn't
Cody.
finish it. Disappointing. Watch the animated series, the Batman animated series. That's good.
No. Listen, my fellow vanilla spice. No.
I think Cody already watched Batman the animated series. Have you watched Batman the animated series?
No, I watched the Justice League animated series.
Okay.
Oh,
way back in the
watch
early
that too,
2000s.
by the way.
Nope. I ain't watching that shit. Fam. Watch. Give Man of Steel a shot. Form your own opinion on it.
Man of Steel, I think, is goated.
Watch the very first Superman movie with Christopher Reeve. Watch that if you haven't.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wonder Woman, the first movie. Watch the first Wonder Woman. The first one.
I've heard some pretty good things about 1984. What's your thoughts about that?
No.
Cody,
Don't
you
you
know what you did
Wait,
there.
hang on. You mean Wonder Woman 1984?
Yeah, I was just kidding, but yeah.
Oh, no.
I know your thoughts on that one.
Watch the Teen Titans animated show. Watch that.
Specifically Teen Titans, not that Teen Titans.
Yeah.
This one right here. This one right here.
That one.
The one that we all grew up with.
Yeah, we had that one locked and loaded to show.
That's good.
Do you know what, Danny?
Cody's on that
three
as
things
well.
are certain in life: death, taxes, and Danny having a signed Blu-ray DVD at the ready.
Tara Strong, go to voice actress of all time.
What was it like meeting her, Danny?
Oh, don't you, man.
What was the photo like?
But yeah, watch those, and you'll be all right.
Wait, what? Wait,
Amen. Praise
What?
snow bunnies.
I said watch those, and he'll be all right. He'll be nuanced.
Adam, it is your turn to help Cody boy.
Help this poor brother.
See, this is the poor story. Everybody said a lot of the good ones. Like, if you haven't seen Batman the animated series, get on that shit right now, because legitimately it's the best adaptation of Batman ever, and it's always going to be that case. When it comes to Superman, the Superman spin-off of the Batman animated series, but it was the Superman animated series, is really good as well.
That one's pretty dope. It's underrated.
When it comes also Batman Beyond is one of the best ones as well.
Yes.
So
How about that?
Whoa. Ow.
No, I was going to tell you this.
RJ, what
With Batman.
You've got to do it properly, RJ. That's the.
Okay, let me tell you something about Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond is like an origin character done correctly. Okay, this man was Warner Brothers. This is basically the story of it. Warner Brothers just told Bruce Timm and Paul Dini, listen, we want a young Batman. Just make sure Bruce Wayne's in there, and he needs to be the other guy needs to be a teenager. Whatever you want to do, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. Just get it on there. And bruh, that shit is
Cody,
dope.
the best way to explain it is it's like a big lovely chocolate sprinkled donut.
He's like, hold on. Give me 1 second.
I'm trying to follow.
Bam, right here. Batman Beyond. Highly recommended. Highly
Shout out
recommended.
to Evan, by the way. We know Evan likes his donuts.
Oh, yeah, that kid loves them.
Extra glaze.
I've really, really enjoyed that.
You like something else too.
Adam likes his Evan likes his glaze.
Bad to say, Cody boy. What are you trying to say there, lad?
Oh boy.
Whoa.
Oh, there's another Batman series.
Oh, he's got another one.
Glaze.
Got another one.
Yes, it's very Texan.
This one is underrated.
Oh yeah,
this one right here.
That one's underrated.
This one underrated. Okay, so you have Batman the Anime.
You know what?
Basically.
Side note, before you carry on, sorry to cut you off. I feel like Cody's sat in the hot seat here, and we're all just throwing information at him. He's got that look on his face of the kid in class that's just yep.
Whoa,
I only wanted animal crackers. Why are they giving me
What
everything?
now, bro?
Read the chat.
I ain't reading shit.
What? Oh no.
What did he say?
Bye.
Oh Lord.
I'm done. Out.
Right.
Well, it's okay. Well, I mean,
Everyone. This isn't solidarity. Everyone go off camera.
Nah, if you
Solidarity.
like it, fair enough. I mean,
Excuse me.
it's okay to be wrong.
Danny,
That's
go
just-
off camera.
Danny, go
That's
off
just
camera.
that's just factually incorrect, but that's killed.
Danny, go off camera.
It's okay to be
No,
wrong.
no, don't walk out the room. Go off. Oh, Jesus.
Wait a minute, I forgot. I've got Spider Pig on this.
Are we ever going to get the room tour, Mr. Waddy?
Never.
Never.
It's okay to be wrong.
It's okay to be wrong. Even if you're wrong.
Ah, Jesus.
I mean,
Like a big-
if it's what you
like a-
personally enjoy, then fine. But no,
Dear God, man.
I've watched TASM 2 more than I've watched those. But no, absolutely not.
Chasm
nah.
too.
I actually agree with Jacob. I am as well.
Anyway, like I was saying, back to important stuff right here. This one right here, this is basically what the actual Robert Pattinson Batman's kind of basically copying off of, in my opinion. I think that's what they're taking it from.
Mm.
It's basically street level Batman working his way up to fantastical Batman.
Yeah, I think in that
Highly
it's like
recommend.
year three. I think it's like year
Young
3
Bruce.
Batman.
Yeah. It's like, and they literally did
I'll be right
pretty
back.
much every they literally pretty much did every Batman arc you could think of, like from him being like just a street level hero all the way to like him getting sidekicks to like him like working his way up to the Justice League.
They do
Highly
change the
recommended.
lore. They do change the lore a little bit, which is
Yeah.
one of those things that
It's okay.
either you like it or you don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
it's
the
like
highlight of the situation.
yeah, it's because the Batman community is fucking like
Holy
crazy and shit. But like this one right here is definitely the most underrated series right here, man. Highly recommend it. It's on Netflix too, so you can watch it.
This could be a whole YouTube video, like trying to get a Spider-Man mega fan to watch Batman.
Well, and it all started with Henry Cavill will always be the best Batman.
Of course, the best
Do you
Batman
remember
of all
Ty's
time.
face to that? Ty was like,
Oh yeah. Everybody was like, "Wait, what?"
but yeah,
Wait.
Cody, dude, seriously, the animated department for DC, it slaps to a different
Top
level,
notch.
especially with people like Batman and the Justice League. It's a whole other level.
Yeah,
That's the
Hold
first
on,
time
he
I saw the
basically-
Flash and actually liked his things until I watched the CW show. So I can concur.
Ugh.
Well, for fuck's sake.
yeah.
Jeez.
Oh god, here we go. Here we go. Give me a second.
Oh,
Oh, you're
Lord.
gonna need a couple seconds.
Oh my
Oh.
lord.
I think that was
Oh, come
I think that was Henry Cavill's villain at the end of the day.
Wow.
Can't beat that villain.
Yeah.
I guess you could say he was the Man of Steel.
Danny, that's the
God
reason. That's
damn.
the reason why Henry Cavill ain't back.
Well,
Right. Okay.
Like,
No,
it's
okay.
like-
Oh,
start freeze up in here.
Hey.
Whew.
With that being said, Cody, get on those animated movies, dude. If anything, you don't need to watch all of them because there's some bad ones in there and there's some that I even can't be asked to
Yeah.
watch. But definitely watch like the main favorites, you know?
Yeah.
Is there any streaming service that has most of what you just showed me?
Max. HBO
Yeah,
Max.
I was about to say HBO is usually the one that has
Yeah.
it.
That was gonna be my guess.
HBO.
HBO Max and Netflix has a lot of the stuff too.
You Americans.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
It's like they got like all the Justice League. They got like I think they got the Dark Knight trilogy on there too, or whatever.
Fantastic.
I've seen
No
those.
one cared who I was till I used the chopsticks.
What's it called? And of course they got the Batman on there, and they got Justice League and stuff
Danny's
like
favorite
that.
movie.
So
Since I've
What?
seen the Justice League, that animated series, I might do that one first because
Yeah.
just do that one first, man.
Yeah.
It's like it gets you like reintroduced. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. There's another one called Static Shock. I think you like that one too. Like
Heroes.
Static Shock's great.
yeah, Static Shock is pretty good. Like I could say he's like the Miles of DC. Like if you want to be 100, yeah. He's basically it's between him, like personality wise, like Static Shock is sort of like the Spider-Man kind of or whatever.
Yeah, more or
So
less.
they're-
Like if the way DCU are going, Static Shock will be introduced sooner rather than later if they got Blue Beetle and such.
Yeah, they'll end up being like the best of friends. Like, so
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
Think of basically. Okay, I've got to be careful with how I word this. I say this in context. He's like the Miles Morales of DC, if you will.
But
in a way.
But he's actually original. He's actually an original hero. Like no spin-offs or anything like that. Yeah, because like with milestone comics or whatever, comic books or whatever, like those were mostly the majority of the black heroes or whatever. Those are all original creations and stuff like that. Like Icon Man, Static Shock, all of them, like Rocket, all of them. Like they'll highly recommend you guys go check those guys out, whatever. I think they should be introducing the DCU James Gunn. I highly recommend you get on that. That's how you get more money up into your system. Start getting some more original black heroes out there, and you'll be good. That and Jon Stewart. Yeah. My man Jon Stewart needs some screen time, okay?
Yes.
Like Hal Jordan, but like Jon Stewart deserves a movie, okay? Or a TV show or something. It's about time, okay? Like he put in the work, okay? He put in the work. Oh man. Whew. Are you good, Cody?
I'm good. Thank you, boys. I think I got
Bet.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna check out Max and just see what catches my eyes on there. I'm sure there'll be a fair bit. So I'll get like a free subscription, or if they do a free one, or I'll just buy it and try it.
I think it's like $7.99 a month.
Experiment, you know, just experiment.
Expand it, man.
Like once you don't.
Yeah.
Thank you, boys.
Definitely watch the ones that we've recommended. Like Under the Red Hood, I cannot recommend that one enough.
I watched that yesterday. I rewatched that yesterday. It always holds up. Ugh.
It does indeed. Danny, what's the next item on our agenda?
Now they say in the MCU that it's been struggling lately. They're bringing back their hope, their savior, the man who started it all, Robby Downey Jr. What do you guys think about this? But
now, you know what?
Real talk.
Shamoon, you want to lead this one, bro?
Yeah. So when I heard this, I mean, I don't know if this is like kosher and what the sources are, because obviously, like, there's a bunch of people that always make this thing up about they're coming back now, but we know they're going to be back. The OG Avengers, the Secret Wars. I think this is a massive panic mode if Marvel were to bring them back right now, because of the way Phase 4 and 5 have been. I mean, I think it's still too soon to bring them back. And even seeing like a variant of theirs, I think let's just wait until we've flushed out these new characters that deserve the shine, and eventually we can see Black Widow, and because this isn't just RDJ returning as like Tony Stark, it's literally ScarJo as well.
It's a very double-edged, slippery slope. As much as I would want it, there is a part of me that thinks if they do this, then it opens up like the can of worms of just like
exactly.
You know, we're not allowing ourselves to move on. And don't get me wrong, I'd love to see the Core 6 return. It would be so great.
I think
for
we
me,
all
it has
want
to
that.
be something that is earned in the right way. You know, if you bring them back now, then what's going to happen in 5 years from now when none of them want to do it anymore? Because you never know what's down the road. In 5 years from now, when none of them want to do it anymore, then you're screwed, because then you haven't established anything and you can't bring them back. So
and it also means the MCU has to always rely on the OG Avengers and never move forward.
And that's a problem.
It's sort of like Star Wars with the Skywalker saga. Like, they can do so much great content.
Jacob, I want to hug you right now, bro. What you
Skywalker stuff, and I know Jacob like really knows about that. But it's like, you know, like look at all the street level stuff we got coming. We don't have like an RDJ that, but it's gonna be, hopefully it'll be great. I don't think we need to like just suddenly jump the gun and bring him back. I mean, the plan was to always bring him back anyway, because Secret Wars.
No one stays dead in superhero
superhero genre. No one is gonna.
No one stays dead.
But it is true though, because like there's so much stuff that they could have actually been doing, maybe making even more new characters and actually giving us more nuanced stories. But instead, they're just. It seems like they're is going into panic mode where they're just bringing back the OG
Yeah.
Avengers after like it's not even been a few years yet. So it's
Yeah.
like it's not. I don't see the point in it. It's so pointless to the point where, like, if they do it, I'm still going to be happy that we see them. But
Yeah.
why though?
Because
Like,
because this
come on,
this
we've
is
got the
how.
best movie coming out this year as well with the Marvels. Let's go, guys.
Oh yeah, for sure. Get on Kamala. Come on, gotta get on Kamala.
Wait, what?
All
Daddy,
their-
sorry, what was that?
Whoa! Chill out, my guy.
It seems like they're putting
have
all
to-
their eggs in one basket. with
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, this is what's gonna make us successful. Whereas if you
I
establish better
yo,
characters
go ahead.
and just that everyone can connect with and resonate with more,
Yeah.
then bringing back the OGs will make it that much better, I think.
Yeah,
I think, in my opinion, like it is panic mode or whatever because they're looking at the numbers and they're saying like, okay, man, we gotta do something. Like this is their way of like we admit defeat, but like we don't know what to do. Hey, okay, you guys are right, all right, but we don't know what else to do. Like, what do you guys want? Well, it's pretty simple. Just like we don't. Like it doesn't even have to. You can still have Iron Man, but like you can actually just make it. You can recast somebody, like you know what I'm saying? Because what's gonna happen when RDJ literally doesn't want to do it, or Chris Evans literally doesn't want to do it? Like Shamoon and you guys are talking about. Like, dude, I guarantee it's just like every other hero. Everybody has been recast, and yes, are you gonna get some flack? That happens all the time. Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, like you know how many recastings that they have. Like,
And
listen,
and I think when you make a character like Iron Man a
yeah,
household name,
yeah,
like because of RDJ, trying to replicate that success with someone as good is the most difficult task. It's like Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
That's why they
Yeah.
brought him back. That's also why
Yeah.
Feige brought back Alfred Molina, Willem Dafoe, No Way Home, because
yeah,
and all the other villains with the actors, because he didn't want to recast them if they did so well.
yeah,
Same principle here. If we see Superior Iron Man, instead of it being Tom Cruise, which would be cool, bring RDJ back.
yeah.
I think we just the MCU, we haven't had recasts for the OG Avengers yet. It's like a new sort of like it's like a weird
I think they
era
should go ahead and
Marvel
do
is
it.
going into when they do
Mhm.
that, because Spider-Man's
should
always
do
had recasts. DC have had
Yeah.
plenty of recasts.
Yeah,
But because the MCU hasn't ever done that with the OG Avengers, it's kind of like really weird
They got
precedent
it.
for them.
they got to do it sooner or later because like they're getting older. You know what I'm saying? And like you mean like even with Chris not Chris Evans William who plays Thor again
Chris Hemsworth.
William Neeson.
Chris Hemsworth, yeah, Chris Hemsworth or whatever, and he still has his he still has his Alzheimer's stuff too and everything. Like you have to factor that in too. So like you gotta you might just have to start getting new people, and I think fans will be okay with it. The writing just got to be good. That's all it needs to do, or whatever.
See, that is Marvel's biggest issue at
That
the
is
minute,
the
is that
thing.
they're struggling with writing as well. So like that's
Yeah,
why
that's
I'm
the
also worried. I'm also worried if they do try to bring it back, we might get like, oh, they're back, but the story leading up to it might just be not as good. And because everybody's thinking like, especially because the first few phases were good. That's the thing. Is it still the same writers we've got right now? Because if so, then they've completely
It doesn't mean
degraded the
anything.
writing style. It doesn't mean anything
Yeah.
because the writing's
I
downgraded.
think it's
so.
the problem with the writing as well. It's not just because the specific writers aren't doing what we're hoping to see. It's like the problem is they are hiring so many different writers, so many different projects, and the continuity of the MCU is being ruined by
Yeah.
directors with different visions and ideas. How can you diversify and give directors the creative side to doing how they want to do things without it ruining what was already there and feeling different than before? Like, don't just do the same thing or don't ruin what was there. Like, why are we turning on characters that were once good? Like for
Yeah.
example, Falcon and Winter
Eh,
Soldier. I love that show
I know.
for the action, but the writing for stuff. Why is Bucky apologizing to Sam about Steve's decision to give him the shield? Like, you're shitting on a character that doesn't need to be. You don't need to do that treatment. That was poor writing.
And they also made Sam like really dumb in that series too. Is like you haven't sympathized with evil people that start with a T and everything. The
writing thing, I think the quality is going down because there's too much going on as well.
Yeah,
I'm about a lot of content, but I don't want like the quantity prioritized.
Because the thing is like with the first two phases or whatever, like say what you want to say about iPromoter or whatever. Like I understand he's like controversial with his personal life and stuff like that. I don't care. The dude, even before Feige got there, knew somewhat what to do with Marvel and everything. Like because the movies were pretty good, like or whatever. They had some type of plan or whatever. And also, like, even though him and Feige didn't agree on every single thing, they learned how to compromise with each other, and that's how we got good content or whatever. So now, since you don't have that person that is like, checking each other or whatever, like, okay, I'll let you have this, but you got to give me this, or you let me have this and I'll let you have that or whatever. Now it's just like, okay, we're giving everybody what they want and it doesn't make sense and it just turns out to be crap product or whatever, and no one doesn't care. Yeah.
The other issue is Bob Chapek has made the MCU get to where it is today after when Phase 4 began. Like he made all these creative decisions. That's why Phase 5 is struggling with certain aspects as well.
Yeah.
I also think
it would be a Chapek move if they brought back RDJ just now, because that's desperation now.
I also just think that they're going to get to a stage where they're going to do a DC and have to do like an Infinite Crisis on Earth, where it's like they have to like wipe out the entire timeline to reset it again, because the multiverse like timelines and stuff is all cool and stuff, but if you do it wrongly, you're going to have to destroy it all again.
Yeah.
I don't want to brag or anything, but I did say like, hey man, I think they just need to go ahead and reboot this shit, bro. And then
I'm curious what Jacob thinks about that.
Because I mean, but even then, if we reboot and we still got the same people over there, it meant nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah.
I don't think a big full-on reboot is even necessary. The MCU is gonna have a soft reboot when Secret Wars comes out.
Yeah, so, like a soft reboot or something. Like you got to do something because
I think it needed one anyway because it has to tie in all the other stuff.
Most of your fan bases, you pretty much crapped on them over stupid stuff because you just wanted to do it your way and not like give people what they want. Simple as that, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And also, there was like literally no plans after like Endgame, so like you're just throwing crap on the wall.
The thing is, there needs to be a balance. They need to do what they feel is great, but don't just throw everything else in the bin with it. What made it great? What made it great? Well, the stuff the fans liked was the great writing. We had great characters played by amazing actors, and
no social messaging.
They were so well.
No social messaging.
Just great storytelling, great development of the characters, and you got so sucked into that. And the thing with Thanos, like, wow, that was amazing how they went about that. So it's not just how you start; it's how you finish. So like the way they started Phase 4 and Phase 5, like you can get over that. It's how they're gonna end the phase with Phase 5 and then Phase 6. How they're gonna go into that. And how they gonna land this next villain? Because it's like that's the big part now they need to overcome.
Because this is what I'm saying. It's like it's a little bit of Chapek's fault, it's a little bit of Iger's fault too. It's mostly Iger's fault, but it's another game. Anything, but
right, you can't blame Iger. Iger's not the reason this went down. It was literally because of Chapek.
Well, like if you look at, because like before Iger left, he left a whole bunch of debt at Disney. So like Chapek had to we're talking about that. But like this is where I say Chapek messed up, and this is where I agree with you. It's like you're cutting the budget. Okay, you got to try to cut the budget to like try to get the debt down. Fine, whatever. This is where he went stupid and everything. It's like, yeah, bro, you went against the governor of your state and everything, and that's just stupid, dumb as hell or whatever. But that affected Disney too, or whatever. So like you lost even more fans off of that.
Let's focus on like what.
Yeah.
On the stuff with RDJ though, like I think
back with RDJ
sudden takes away the ending of Endgame. Like we still want that.
Yeah.
So even when they bring him as a variant, I'm not
annoyed
about that.
They have to really earn it.
It has to be earned.
Yeah.
Secret Wars is
it has to be earned.
That involves everybody, and it's more
because like RDJ was on Joe Rogan or whatever, and like Joe Rogan said, like, "Hey man, if it gets a little bad enough, would you put back on the suit?" And he just kind of smiled. He said, "Maybe," and everything, just maybe or whatever. So like, so.
I just hope they don't do it though, because it's way too early and it won't feel earned if they do it right now at this moment in time. Hopefully, with going forward with like the rest of the phase 5 and 6, like whatever phase we're in now, because I've lost track because I've stopped caring as much about Marvel. You know,
I mean, like I think there has been good projects and some just haven't been great. I honestly think.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. There's still good stuff. It's just
I just mean like. I think
you got to get most of your fan bases to care again. Like that's what the thing is. Like most people don't care what's going on and everything. Like it's like okay, like what's next or whatever. I mean, they can do the X-Men or whatever. Like once they get that situation done and see where it goes from there or whatever. But once again, if we still got the same people that's doing these projects right now. What's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like you're just there just keep the X-Men there just for the sake of being there, or like once again, like do you want the same people that wrote like She-Hulk trying to write back in like RDJ's Iron Man? Like are you okay giving the keys to them with that? Like I ain't, like I'm not.
Nah. See, for me, I just think it is what it is at this point. We're going to get it if they're going to do it. If they're going to not do it, then it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Cody boy?
Yeah, I'm kind of in just the same boat as you guys. Like, don't rush to bring him back. I mean, they kind of set themselves up for being in desperation mode. Like, I'm going to be honest. I mean, I'm a Marvel fan, and I don't really give a It's like you said, I don't really give a crap about what's been going on as of late. Trying to remember the last Marvel movie I actually went to
Guardians was for me, or whatever, the Guardians 3.
That's it, and then probably No Way Home was before that. So it hasn't been much,
Because the thing was, it's like most of these...
We're all going to the Marvels, aren't we, though? Gotta go see some Marvels together.
You know what? I think we should go see the Marvels together, like say just to have fun with it. Like, it's gonna be the best ever, man. The best ever. Shout out to my man Critical Drinker on that, man. Like like the best ever. Like he's gonna go watch it too. Like
No.
If I were to be able to see that with you boys in person,
we're gonna have fun with it. We will have fun with it. Like
that's the only. I would probably have a good time seeing
right, guys. I know we said it would be a few more years from now, but it's fine. Road trip, let's do it.
It's like I could just see me and Adam say like, "Holy crap, this is just ass!" Dude, no, we're gonna be like that dude in SpongeBob, like when SpongeBob is doing jokes or whatever. Holy crap, you stink!
Oh goodness, this guy stinks. I don't know. He says, "Oh brother.
Oh brother, this stinks."
I'd be sat there for like the entire movie going, why is she doing this? Why is this person doing that? What is going on?
I guarantee you, how much you guys want to bet that they play Bad Reputation, bro? Like, how much you want to bet? How much you want to bet that they play that song? Like, who wants to throw some bets, man? Like, I don't really care about your bad reputation.
If they put that in the movie, I would laugh.
I guarantee something just tells me like it's one of those movies where you're gonna like you're gonna get that song. What else? What's a good another song on the Marvels? Like you think that might happen? Like,
see, that's the thing. There's too many.
ooh, no. Beyonce, "Who Runs the World." I guarantee that they might play that song. Who runs the world?
It's some Taylor Swift song.
Yeah, probably.
No, you might have a Taylor Swift song on Deadpool 3 because Sean Levy's friends with Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They're gonna. Isn't she supposed to be like playing
Danny's favorite character?
Is it like Sparkle or something? I don't know. Like
Sparkle.
I don't know. Like
who's that? Who the hell's Sparkle? To be fair, they could have just made it as a cameo role, but still, like, I've never heard of a character called Sparkle.
I don't even know what the character is supposed to be, but I just
or is it Dazzler or something like Dazzler, right?
No,
that's even better. What the hell is this name?
Dazzler. Like, Dazzler. Like, my bad, Sparkle, Dazzler. It's all the same. She got the lame immune power to where I don't give a crap. Like,
basically, it's just a way for her to cameo in the movie. That's all it sounds like to me because the Dazzler. Such a like hero or villain or whatever she's gonna be.
I haven't seen Dazzler like since the animated series, and like she did that one episode with Scott Summers, where she's totally overrated, huh, Jacob? Like Scott Summers, like Cyclops, overrated leader. Like he's not really that good. He's like a horrible leader, and he's a dick.
On the topic of random singer cameos in pop culture, at least I don't think Lizzo's appeared in frickin' anything Marvel yet, but she hasn't.
Don't
start
that. Don't say why, man.
We already had Megan Stallion. I don't want her in it now.
Please no.
Fuck's sake.
To be fair, that's like the one and only scene.
Lizzo could have played like Jabba the Hutt's granddaughter or something, but that's the only thing that I could have been okay with, but they didn't even go that route, so they could have, but they missed opportunity. What are you doing, man? Come on.
Oh man.
Hey, she embraces that body, so you know she's asking for those jokes.
Well, her own people turned on her, so like maybe she's gonna lose the weight and actually looks like a freaking 10 out of 10, man. Like once she loses the weight and everything, like because like there's a good looking skinny woman in Lizzo. Like you can tell, like she if she just loses the pounds, like put in the work, girl, you will be a 10 out of 10. I guarantee you. Like look at what's her name? Adele. Yeah, look at Adele. Like when she lost the weight. Look. Like you saw every dude like being thirsty. Like, oh man, Adele, man, she look hot.
Daddy, are you telling us in your spare time you sit there imagining a skinny Lizzo?
No, I'm not. I'm just telling you. Like, it's like you could just tell when some girls if they just hit the gym, hit the weight room, get the pounds off, look healthy and everything like that. They're gonna look good. They're gonna look fresh, and they're gonna feel better about themselves. Or whatever. But yeah, that Megan Thee Stallion, She-Hulk twerk. That I was like, so this is the stuff man. Wow. Kevin, you approve this, man? You approve this, bro? Like, yo, Kevin, come on, man. Like, what is it? Like,
onto the topic of this game.
WNBA.
The WNBA.
Well. Sure.
You know,
sure.
I think underneath all of that, I think if Lizzo worked for it, there might be a potential chocolate bunny underneath all that.
Woo!
It could be, but time will tell. Time will tell if we get there.
Hey, you saw what Megan did. You saw what Megan Stallion, bro. Like she was kind of like huge, and then Cody saw her, and he says like, yeah, like she lost the weight. Like Cody was happy. He was like, yeah, I love me some Megan Thee Stallion. I might have to come down to Texas, Danny. Like,
Yo, you see what Mars put in the chat. He said, "Some people think Megan Thee Stallion is a male." IDK.
Really?
Could be.
You never
is
know,
just
man.
Very, very like severely swerved off the edge.
We are waiting for our fearless leader to come back, like, you know, because if we start up this next subject without him, he'll be like probably mad or whatever. Like,
I'm sure he personally.
At the meantime, we can do an intermission for other topics, just so it's not just static on someone's camera.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, I don't know what to talk about. Damn it.
So Cody boy, Cody boy, how's it in Boston, man? Is it cold or is it like warm?
It is cold. You know, let's see the temp right now. It's 49. It's a little cold.
There we go. Like, now we can get on to the Robby stuff. Like,
So I know
do you want to talk
portion of the Marvel segment? It's just I had to take my food down, and it was a whole thing, and I just I just spilled water everywhere. I'm terrible at doing the dishes.
Got you.
You missed a lot of fun. Let's just say.
What was that? Like, got you.
Yeah.
Let's just say, Jacob, you missed a lot of fun.
What is this? Rodney says.
What's that meant to imply?
You'll see when you watch it back.
Yeah, like just like watch it back when you have a chance.
Wait, why? What did I miss?
I did not partake in this conversation, but if you look in the comments, you'll find out what they were talking about.
Jacob, what I'm gonna say is it somehow just turned into a Star Wars discussion about Lizzo.
Okay,
I'm gone for 5 minutes, and we're talking about Lizzo.
So we were talking
about what you just said, pal.
We talk about Taylor Swift and how she's probably gonna have a potential cameo in Deadpool.
It's like
No,
the Dazzler or something. Yeah,
she's gonna be Dazzler. She's gonna be Dazzler allegedly.
I told the boys that she's friends with Sean Levy, so there's a chance. But no, Cody, say what you were gonna say.
And then, so I was like, okay, on the topic of random celebrity cameos in pop culture that no one's ever asked for, at least Marvel hasn't yet had a Lizzo cameo, but and I don't know why she was added into a season of The Mandalorian. Unless she was playing Jabba the Hutt's great-granddaughter, I didn't want it. That was the only role she could have been up for. And you
I never watched Mandalorian season 3. I just couldn't.
Special. I'm kind of gutted I missed that. Damn it.
It's like I couldn't, like, when I saw like some of the stuff, like saw clips of Mandalorian season 3, I was like, screw you, Kathleen Kennedy.
Season 3 was a bit of a letdown.
Screw you, Kathleen. Screw you, Kathleen Kennedy.
What?
Screw you, Kathleen Kennedy. You're racist.
What?
Watch South Park. I highly recommend watch South Park. The pandering verse. It's freaking hilarious. Like, highly recommend. It's hilarious. They just take a piss out of like everything Disney Star Wars, man. I think you'll love it, dude.
Marvelous. Good old Lizzo. I'm gone for 5 minutes and Lizzo's being brought up. Thank you for reminding me of how great The Mandalorian wasn't, Danny.
I love you, man.
You had to do it, didn't you? You just had to do it, didn't you? You just couldn't resist sliding that in there. Anyhow, what's the next topic on our agenda? No, actually, hold on. Before we go any further, there was one thing I forgot to say per what we were saying before I took my plate down or whatever. With the original Avengers, just one final point I want to bring up is, yes, it would be good to see them again. It really would. But I don't want us to rely, as Shamoon said, heavily on nostalgia and what made us who we are, because then that makes you cling on to it even more. And the problem then you face...
It's just you'll just turn out like Chelsea Football Club. We have no spine in your players, and you suck ass. We don't want that.
Yeah, every week, and we lose to Stuart's team 2-0. Thank you, Stuart, who reminded me of it again. It just happens again and again. And wow, what was the comment that was just before the stream, guys?
He's crippin'.
I literally said that, Rodney.
Caesar, what's cracking?
Cody's blood.
This means nothing. I'm the Blue Ranger. I'm not part of any.
Yeah.
This means
Power
nothing.
Ranger themes for most of us.
This is Power Rangers. Power Ranger vibes. That's what this is. Power Ranger vibes. Hey, Cody, that's pretty dope the way you just put the hood up there. Dude, do that again. Do that again.
Must be the money.
Have you seen that clip of the edit of the Spider-Man 2 game where he's like, MJ, shut the fuck up?
Oh yeah. Oh, I also
that was
saw
hilarious.
Where's the rent? Where is the rent?
Give me rent. You'll get your rent when you fix this damn door. But yes,
Anyone?
Danny, let's transition onto the final topic of the stream, sir. I wonder if I'll just
Yes, sir.
time.
So we will be talking about you, Mr. Jacob, Mr. Doc
Me?
Robby himself.
Oh, right.
Yes,
Oh. That was worrying.
Doc
What
Robby.
to say?
Doc
Okay,
Robby.
so let's just get straight into it. So I love Cobra Kai as a whole, okay? Like, really do. But I feel like with season 4, and I've been rewatching a bit of it lately, I will still say one of my favorite scenes of that entire season is when Daniel's like, he's not the only one who needs to wake up cool, or she's not the only one who needs to wake up cool or something. And he goes to talk to Robby in the shop and tells them basically, okay, this is what's going to happen. I'm not going to try and save you, but this is what's going to happen to you. And it's a great scene. Loved it. And then there's the one like with Eli and Dimitri before that with the Binary Brothers thing. It's really cool, really cute. Little bros. But I think with season 4, one thing I think I was a bit let down by is I feel like they could have really gone a bit further with Robby's darkness, because we know you're going to redeem him anyway. I mean, well, we know. Majority of the YouTube population didn't know because they're misinformed and they just don't know what they're talking about. But we know. We know that Robby was going to go back to Miyagi-Do anyway, because it's the fiber of the show. It's the grains and the minerals of the original trilogy. So, you know, it's just exciting to see it unfold. And then season 5 paid off in a beautiful way. But I think you could have gone even further. I think you could have really harpened on that darkness and really made him a real arsehole. Like, I mean, because I know him and Hawk are always like sort of teetering against each other as to who's more of an arsehole, but I think you could have pushed Robby just that little bit more. And I think, you know, with the way season 3 ended, you could have really hammered that home even more by having moments in the tournament even where he just absolutely decimates opposition, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just knocking them out left, right, and center. So I remember one thing we talked about before season 4 dropped. I think we all prophesized, what if Robby just faces a Miyagi-Do opponent at every step in the tournament? Like, it would be like Chris, then it would be Dimitri, then it would be Hawk, then it would be like, it would, and they did kind of go that route. But I think it would have been nice to see Robby go a bit further. I think there was a fan art done by, I think, Let's Be Water, where like Silver's in the background and Robby's getting taught the Quicksilver method. He's got like blood on his knuckles and stuff. And I think you could have really sort of gone a bit further with his, you know, rage and his bitterness. And pushed it a little bit further than they did. Doesn't mean it wasn't good. It was good, still good. He whooped Kenny's ass like within 3 seconds. He put that boy on the floor. But
I don't believe
think there are moments where, you know how like they're at the drive-in and then it's like, we can't let him get away with that. We won't. Like, just maybe don't do stuff like that. Just have him do other alternative things. I think the bond between him and Kenny was very strong, but
I was about to jump on that point
go ahead.
about Kenny. So I actually think the reason why they didn't go full Dark Robby is because of Kenny.
Yep.
No,
You got to think, if he does that, then Kenny doesn't see. Then he doesn't help Kenny get through that. Ironically, he would make Kenny exactly what he is in the future. But this is the thing he realized at the end of season 4. I think to an extent I agree with the Dark Robby stuff, but I think I remember you bringing this parallel to Anakin, and I think this is the difference with Anakin and Robby. Robby will go back to the light, whereas Anakin never did. And I think
until the very end.
Until then, but you know what I mean, like when he became Vader. Just initially,
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith in context, but like I think the Robby stuff, like they didn't want to. Because I said this to RJ.
It is hard. It is hard to balance.
It's the balance side, but also if Hawk's doing that, what's the difference with him and Hawk then? Oh, we got another arsehole. And Dimitri does take the piss out of him in season 5, saying you are both assholes.
Oh, you guys, we're all assholes.
I think for me, there's just
works, in a sense.
Yeah,
and
I get what you're saying.
I always thought Robby was better than that as a character.
I think I think it's just mostly there's moments where I feel like he could have more rage towards Daniel and Johnny specifically.
I agree with that.
I think
a bit more.
In terms of like Kenny or Tori or maybe even dare I say it, Miguel, have a bit more like sympathy or empathy towards, but people like Hawk or Sam or Johnny or Daniel just have like a bitterness, you know? I think there was an opportunity for a couple more scenes where it hammered it home, where he's on a mission of like, no, you know, screw this. And in a way they do it. I think it's just more of a tone thing.
Could I play devil's advocate?
I think the tone was, it could have matched the Silver arc pretty well, but then I think the whole thing with Kreese and Robby goes in the bin then, because it's not about them. It's then it'd be about Silver and Kreese. I mean, Silver and Robby.
I would like to play devil's advocate here, because everybody, like, I understand, like, at one point I was the same with you guys, but I actually think the reason why they didn't make Robby go so dark was because they were trying, like, I think they knew what they were doing. I think they already knew that they didn't want him to go that far, because they would have thought of it from his point of view. He was doing it to use them more than anything. So it was actually like he was angry at everybody, and he didn't want to defeat everybody like the way people expected him to be.
He was sort of for
I think
himself.
that's why they made it less.
In season 4, he was for himself. Yes, he was fighting for Cobra Kai, but he did say to Johnny,
on his own agenda.
You did this
on his own agenda.
Whereas I have my own agenda. There you go. So it's like I think they confirmed it with that.
Yeah.
But then I think at the same time, he was.
I suppose one other reason they did it as well is this is like an external reason. This isn't like an in-universe reason, but because the way the fandom has reacted to Robby. Specifically, it's like if you push him that far, I can see why they didn't, because then fans would be like, no, he's an irredeemable piece of shit. Like, we can't redeem him.
Yeah.
And he's worse
remember,
than
he got a lot of hate in season 1 and 2, and especially at the peak of when he kicked Miguel off the railing. If you do that in season 4, he would have been more hated than probably Sam and Hawk. Like, I think there's a point, because I said this to RJ. How do you reel him back in? Would you want him on Miyagi now after doing it worse things? I would have been worried that he does worse stuff than even Hawk has done to his own best friend.
I will give them a lot of credit for that. The bond between him and Kenny is one of the strongest elements of season 4. I think
there's no Kenny. You could argue that he might have done that.
I think it's just because there's just so little in the reaction of like him against his former like rivals. They barely have any scenes together towards the end. Like, they have one episode in episode 6 and one in the finale. Like, other than that, Robby barely interacts with them.
Do you not think that would have sort of rehashed like season 1-2 rivalry with Cobra Kai Miyagi though? Maybe.
Yeah. See, I think
that might be why they didn't do that a lot.
Yeah, that would worsen it, to be honest, because it would be like the third time round now. What's the really point in it anymore? Also, that's why I did like the whole Silver thing coming in and being like, right, no, just tournament only, because I think even the showrunners are like, right, we've done it for 2 full seasons now where it's going off the wall, so we need to rail it back in.
I think the issue, I think the general issue with season 4, I think with some of the you guys were saying a while ago, it was the stuff with Johnny and Daniel, and then we had the stuff with Robby. I think it would have really ruined like the subplots.
I think it was like the stuff with Johnny, Daniel, and then like Tori and Sam's like stupid pull fight. Like, that was just not needed. Like, I don't care what nobody said. That was just stupid.
I think with the way they went with Robby throughout the season, I think it matches the what they were doing with the season.
I think that fight was necessary too, Danny, because that fight was essentially matching the season 2 fight, and they did parallels. Remember how Miguel striked first, and he was a Cobra Kai. Robby was a Miyagi. He was trying to defuse everything.
I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, it's like, can they just be like, not have a fight, like, every once in a while, just like, it's like, dude, it's a problem.
Robby never got on. They never had the time to go.
I mean, I love the parallels in the scene, but I think it definitely could have been avoided. But
I think it's just one of those. It's like, because like a lot of
Silver take over Cobra Kai. That was initially
yeah.
See, that is.
I mean, we all glommed onto the main bit where like both Miguel and Robby look at each other before that happens, and it's like,
I remember.
That's the stuff where the season 4 shines brightly. Carry on, Adam. So you were saying?
See, that's the thing I think that is obviously the fundamental thing, that making a show about karate, you can't do too many fights, but without the fights, what can you do?
Then you do.
So it's like they've got great storytelling, of course, but like at this point, obviously,
I will say,
especially when it came.
it gave us one of the cringiest lines in the show, which is this one right here. So sorry, RJ, but that line is
dumbass line.
Exactly.
sorry.
Dumbass
This line
line.
makes no freaking sense at all. It makes
That
no
was dumb.
sense.
That was dumb as
They did
hell.
that on
Love you,
purpose.
Sam, but that was just dumb. Love you, Sam, but that was dumb. Like,
Yeah.
It's literally the
I'm not really
equivalent
saying
of
anything at all.
you don't love me if
Also,
she loves
we could
me.
make it more evil going forward, like in a way of protection. Like some people use like that evil, like dark side of themselves to protect. So maybe they could do that. So
the
Yeah,
only
like, you
reason
don't
why
make
I
him,
kind
like,
of
a
just wanted,
psychopath, but just like
the
just
only
a bit
reason why
more,
I wanted
dark.
Robbie to go fully dark was because I just said like Tommy Oliver. That's it. I just want to see it. I want to see it, man. Like I wanted to see the Tommy Oliver like straight up like. Because it's basically like there's literally moments of like evil
shit.
Green Ranger. Oh Lord, what's now? There's moments of evil Green Ranger inside the series, man. Like with them talking the
On earth have I just seen?
You good, bro?
I'm gonna put that down.
Oh, God.
that.
Carry on.
Oh, that.
Carry on. Carry
Nah,
on.
I was basically just saying like Robbie. The only reason why I think me and Jacob wanted to see Robbie go all the way. Oh Lord, let him have his moment. Let him laugh.
Carry on, Danny. You're good. Carry on.
Like I was saying, like the reason why I think the main reason why we just kind of wanted to see Robbie go fully dark is because like it's the inner Power Ranger fans in us because it's just like basically Power Rangers for karate. Is it?
That's pretty much all it is. I just kind of wanted him to have a scene where he was just like a relentless asshole, just one.
Bro, there's literally you remember when Tommy first became the evil Green Ranger and like he was basically like telling Kimberly like, listen, like I don't care
Basically,
what you like. Yeah, the world doesn't revolve around you, and then like you just hear Robbie basically just saying his own version of like, well, I'm gonna tell you something that you never heard before. Like you're not getting what you want. I was like, yeah, that's something that Tommy would say. Look,
but I'm glad we added this topic because it's a very good point of conversation. Because I think after having a bit of time to let season 4 marinate, and after rewatching it as many times as we all have, I think it is a catch-22. In terms of when season 3 ends the way it does, and it ends on such a strong banger. Yeah. It is very hard to keep that consistent energy across the whole season because we were on such a high, especially at where the show was at by that point. Like in terms of like season 5 in general, I think we can all agree is like the penultimate season in terms of everything. Yeah. And season 6 will be the end game or whatever. But I think season 3 was like peak. Like it was like, okay, now shit's getting real. Like we're moving away from the generic dojo wars. We're getting into more now. And I think the main reason for Kenny is to keep Robby grounded, because if you lose, like as much as I do want him to embrace that dark side, and I think they could have done a bit more. It's mostly just like in little scenes, like little tweaks where you make him have that intention a bit more. But I'm glad that Kenny is there because Kenny is what keeps him here. If you remove Kenny out the situation, because I did see people say that if you remove Kenny, then nothing changes. Incorrect. If you remove Kenny out of season 4, Robby doesn't come home. It's not the same thing. You need Kenny there. And also, you really also for the seasons wise, and I think we said this before. I know me and Jacob and RJ said this before. Yes, yes, we have said this before. Sam and Robby is endgame.
that too, but first 3 seasons felt like the first 3 seasons just felt like one big show, and like I think for us or whatever, like season 4 just felt like the fat girl at the prom, like you just like okay, like you know what I'm saying, like no cake for you tonight, like you know what I'm saying, like well,
that's not technically true.
It's like, well, she goes. I'm just saying, like for
if
me,
you think about it in another way, it's not technically true.
Yeah. So what I was trying to say is, like, season 4, although I do like it, I just think it's just the weakest season for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you were comparing to out of the 5, I think that's the weakest one, and it's still good. Don't get me wrong, like it's still an amazing season. But
here to do a new pick. Hold that thought, Danny. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hang on, where is it? Let's do that one. Hang on. Boom. There you go. Yeah. Trilogy. We got the Vanilla Spice trilogy now. Boom. But carry on, Danny. As you were saying.
No, I was just saying, like, you know, it just felt like one big book, like Cobra Kai seasons 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then you just have season 4. To me, I think it felt like filler, but I still like it for what it is and everything. But and then season 5, we're back to some real.
This is how good the show is, though. Is even if it does feel like filler, it is important filler. Like it's
important shit. Yeah,
it's not like. It's not like filler. I mean, I wouldn't class it as filler, but I see what you mean. Like,
I wouldn't call it filler, but like you get what I'm saying. It just feels like the odd one out. It feels like the odd one out. Like
it's a transitional season in a sense. Like it needs to happen that way for season 5 to be a thing.
Yeah. So I think once we get season 6, then it'll probably feel more complete. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no bad season of Cobra Kai.
No,
that's something we can.
That's what's so good about it is I think even if we feel like season 4 is the weakest, like it will depend on day to day. Sometimes it changes, but if we go with season 4 as the weakest, that's still a freaking good season. Like if that's the weakest season of your show, marvelous.
Yeah,
because the weakest season of Kenobi is the only season of Kenobi. Sorry, I had to.
Season 4 of Cobra Kai is still better than most of the Star Wars Disney Plus shows, and that's saying something.
Basically, all of them.
Pretty much.
That's coming from the biggest Star Wars fan we know.
Season 1.
He said I get it, but like I was gonna say the same thing.
Oh, we got the Orange Ranger in the house now. Ooh. I will take Sam saying, "You think I broke your heart? You broke mine too." I will take that every day over.
Oh my god, he's
Reaver and slapping stormtroopers.
He's the 6th Ranger from Operation Overdrive.
Operation Overdrive. And it's been a year since you joined us. A year.
Yes, it has.
Crazy, man.
That is crazy.
I tell you what, actually, you know what? I made a huge mistake. Adam, can you go off camera for a second?
Yes.
Just go off camera. Come back to camera.
Oh god. Timestamp 1 hour 41:40.
Can I say again, everyone, all the 20 people watching, make sure you comment your timestamps down below of your favorite moments. I already know of a fair few. It's probably when we're pissing ourselves. But yeah, no, I completely agree. Like season, and this is the thing. It's the same thing I say with Return of the Jedi. It's the weakest of the original trilogy in a few different aspects, but it has the best third act, like of any Star Wars movie. The third act of Return of the Jedi slaps hard, and that's what's important. Is season 4's whole premise is the All Valley, and does it deliver? Yes, it does.
Yeah,
that All Valley delivered and then some.
I love the All Valley or whatever.
You know, there was like a few other things they probably could have done, but I like that they stretched it across 2 episodes. They gave everyone time to shine, and it wasn't just like, you know, let's say for instance, Miguel's our boy, right? I think we can all unanimously agree that everyone in the fandom, Miguel is the man, right? We can all agree with that. Ooh. No one wants to see Miguel fucking crashing on the floor, crying in pain because his spine's gone again.
Oh,
but
was awful.
From a story standpoint, it makes sense and it serves the plot so well for everything that needs to happen going forward. Because the problem is, and I've said this before with Cobra Kai fans, everyone gets so wrapped up about the trophies, they don't look at the deeper thing at play here.
Yeah.
And I know people would say, oh, well, Robby needs to win the trophy, Jacob, so you're being a hypocrite. No, it's different. It's a different kind of context. Miguel needed to lose it because his heart wasn't in it. His story rested elsewhere. And he has a much more important journey going on. One with his father and one with his family and where he came from. That's way more important than any tournament or any trophy.
Yeah.
And yes, the Mexico arc, like we've discussed before. Could it have been a bit longer? Yeah, sure. But I think we got what we needed. You know, we got what we needed, got the answers.
Hector is a horrible father. Gotcha.
He is indeed. And I think that lays the groundwork for something even bigger than a tournament fight in season 6. And we've talked about this a lot. I want Luke versus Vader with Miguel and his father. I want it. Like I think
Yeah.
like think of Robby and Johnny on steroids. That was emotional and it was heartbreaking. This is going to be like, okay, Spidey versus Goblin vibes. Like
That's
I
what
want
we were
Hector.
talking about a while ago. I remember that.
Like we take that dark side that Miguel had in season 2 because they never did anything with it. They just left it there. If we take that
Yeah.
and we put that into the thing, and then it turns out it's actually Robby that goes, hey, just chill, just a little bit, just reel it back in, before he
I
like
can see
pummels the crap out of him.
I can
you
honestly see Miguel and Robby fighting Hector, but then there'll be a moment where it's just Miguel and Hector, and then
Yeah,
Dude, like,
Benjamin-
could you
I would
just,
love it if Robby helps him, but I wouldn't mind if Miguel has that moment solo, like because
Dude,
of the
could you just,
emotional gravity of it.
could you just imagine, like,
It's a full
if,
circle
like,
goal.
if Hector, like slap
That's better
Carmen
than
and, like,
that's better than any tournament fight for Miguel.
Yeah.
A real life
bro,
fight.
like, could you
Karate
just,
Two style.
If Hector did that, Danny, and if Johnny, because if like Hector's taking a gun into the valley and he sees them, and he
yeah, that's
shoots
what I'm saying. I was
He's
just about to
Where I
say
would
that.
place it is I would
He's
place
dead.
it after the tournament. After the
Yeah,
tournament.
after the tournament,
That's my
like, Robby
So
holds the
Robby gets
trophy,
the
and then
trophy,
Hector,
and then every
Yeah.
Cobra Kai fan and their dog is going, "Oh, that's it. There's no more fights." No. There's one more.
Hector,
Robby gets the trophy, brings it full circle for him. However,
yeah,
there's one character that needs to be paid off with the most important
Yo,
fight.
Rodney said
Yeah.
slapped with a gun throttle. Imagine if he slammed
Yeah.
Carmen with a gun.
Pistol whip her.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Because you've also like we've said before, there's so many character arcs that are going to be tied
Yeah.
up by Miguel and his father.
Because,
Like, it's
dude,
about-
you know what
it's
you
about a
could, you know
full
what you
circle.
could, you know what you could do with Hector is, like, he bet so much money on Cobra Kai, and because Robby won or whatever, he lost all his fortune, and now he just said, like, oh, nah, man, like, if I can't win,
mean,
none of you guys gonna win. Like,
mean,
yeah,
You could still give Miguel the trophy because he is the new age
Yeah.
Karate Kid. You could still give him the trophy and the fight with Hector, but I think because they like to balance it and the show is like very ensemble based now, they want to give every character their kind of shine. And I think
Yeah.
Miguel's character, if like he's the most balanced of all the kids fighters, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, Robby has a lot of mentoring and is very balanced as well, but I think Miguel, in terms of life, is just a little bit ahead, if you see what I mean. And I think it brings it full circle from an emotional standpoint of him fighting his father. And we've talked a lot about how the karate is just a metaphor for real life.
yeah,
I think that there is no better way to bring the story right back to the original, with the roots of the original, when you leave the tournament. Because remember, yes, the original first film was like, it was wrapped up in that tournament, but the whole theme
Yeah.
of the original trilogy was about what beyond the tournament, what's really
what's
like,
Daniel
beyond
gonna
the
learn?
tournament? What's like,
Yeah.
what are you going to learn from this? And the way you
Yeah.
wrap up every person's arc, screw the tournament. Yeah, win the Sekai
Yeah.
Taikai, great. Win on the grand stage, cool. But what do
Yeah.
you do once the trophy's done? And you answer that by having Miguel lay the smackdown on his dad after the tournament's finished.
Dude, because,
In a
like, I
real
could
life
just
fight where he's
imagine, like,
bang, 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 like just,
Yeah,
I could just
see him
imagine,
like,
like, him,
"Blah,
like,
blah, blah."
slapping
and they low-key
slapping
set it up when
Carmen
he
and
started playing Adults in Mexico
shooting
too.
Johnny.
'Cause we
Oh,
said,
dude,
what
I
if
can
Johnny gets
imagine-
shot?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Ooh,
saying. It's
ooh,
like
ooh.
I can see him slap Carmen, shoot Johnny, and then Miguel saying, like, "Oh hell no, man!" Like,
You know, you know what would add on to that as well? You see, if he did do something like that, and we got the Robby Miguel like double beat down on one guy, that'd be sick. Just
I
them
have
doing
a feeling
boom,
he
boom,
would be
boom.
very close to killing him.
yeah,
What if it came to a point where it was like Hector was gonna kill Johnny, but then Kreese comes in and saves him?
yeah,
Yeah.
It's that
And now I
redemption.
know
No, like,
Johnny
I could
has
just-
been hurt before, but if Johnny gets really hurt in the crosshairs, that brings Kreese, Miguel, and Robby all on the same page.
Mhm.
dude,
That's
like
a
I can
brutal
just see
combo.
Kreese. I can see Kreese like right now, like
Silver Ghost,
like
brothers.
pulling the gun from Hector's hand. He says, "Be a real man. How about you fight him straight up and everything?" Like so that's something that Kreese will say. Like,
I mean,
it's
in that
like,
situation, I don't know if Kreese would want to like play on an ego. I think he would want to just
He's
end
like-
things there and then. Look what he did for Tori
Yep.
when he went
Yeah.
to the. That's a preview of what he
Yeah.
would do to someone he cares about.
yeah,
Jim Tim said, "Imagine if you took the baby." Now, I think if they do this EastEnders thing,
He's staying down.
Oh,
that?
God, do you remember when you remember that episode?
Dun,
I
dun,
hated it.
dun, dun, dun. Me and my mum stopped watching the show after that.
I couldn't watch anymore. It made me so it made me
Early
so
2010.
pissed off. I was like, no, I can't do it. Like I
Was it
was
Javine?
traumatized.
Whatever her name is.
No.
I can't remember her name.
Ronnie, I think she
Oh,
took.
no, Ronnie Mitchell, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ronnie Mitchell. Yeah, she took the
it
baby
was
of
like,
Cat
you
and
know what?
switched them around. Yeah.
I was
Another
gonna
thing-
ask you this, Jacob. So would you say that
Yep.
like Robby and Miguel's relationship is like Jason and Tommy? Like we all know
Yeah, for
that,
sure.
you know,
But I'd say it's
like-
even deeper than that because Jason and Tommy, while we love their dynamic, they didn't really get a chance to flesh it out as much. It was
Yeah.
more like Goku Vegeta soft, whereas this will go a
Yeah.
step further. This will be like, now
Yeah.
they're actually like brothers. And I think that's important for the minerals of the show. And I mean, there's so many directions you can take it. But also, as much as you have like Miguel and Robby, you still have Hawk there too. You still got Demetri. You
Yeah.
still got all these people. And what I love about No Way Home the most, like I know it's a separate thing, but just it's so haunting having a character that's like got the heartbeat of the show. Imagine like for every punch, every swing on Hector, it's playing like a montage of like little Miggy. Remember when we first met him, that sweet boy?
Yeah.
And then there's like a voiceover of Carmen saying he was a sweet boy, and he's unloading on him, bang, bang, bang,
that
bang,
would be
and it's like
amazing editing.
Yeah. Like you have the
and you
dark
can make
Miguel
such
come
a
out.
haunting moment where it's like that Miguel he was flirting with the dark side starts to fully embrace it, and it's like, okay, Miggy, whoa, slow down,
And then you
slow
got
down.
then you got
know I
Robby like
can-
put him in a
know who I can
chokehold,
see?
like, dude, okay, bruh, like, all right,
You
let
know
it go, man. You
I
won,
can see Robby.
like,
I can see Robby having that moment of Robby holding him back. And you know when when Toby held Tom,
Yeah.
I can see him doing that. If Hector tries to hurt Robby, though, I don't think they would do
Oh.
that. But I think Miguel would just like straight up, not like he'd probably give him like a deadly blow to the throat, or punch him in the trachea. Because remember,
Yeah.
Johnny told him
Yeah.
about punching the trachea. Robby's never, Miguel's
Yeah.
never done that. And
Yeah.
this brings it full
It's
circle.
Crease in the parking lot.
Hold on. Remember when Johnny first taught Miguel punching in the trachea only for extreme situations?
He might have no choice.
What if he punches Hector in the trachea and that as a result of him trying to hurt Robby maybe when he's trying to hold him back because he can see
Yeah.
Hector, so like they could do that. That'd be the equivalent.
do
of
that.
Also,
Goblin
it's a
stabbing,
homage
then-
to Silver too, because he punches
Also,
people in the trachea all the time.
Another way you can bring it full circle back to the original is, remember, even though it ended with the tournament, there was the fight outside in the parking lot where Miyagi showed
Yeah.
mercy to Kreese. You still need to bring that full circle where it's like, okay, Miyagi doing that, sparing him, allowed Kreese to save someone else.
Yeah.
So even from beyond the grave, Miyagi's one act of kindness and sparing Kreese pays off 30 years later.
Uh-huh.
And in that moment, Kreese is no longer a Cobra Kai. Slight Miyagi-Do moment. Slight.
Yeah.
Slight
Like, could you
Miyagi-Do
just see
moment, where it's
Kreese?
like,
You see
know what?
Kreese just actually do
And
the
Kreese
Hulk.
is on defense. He's on defense. He's not on offense. He's on defense. He's defending something.
See, what I think would be really good as well. You see if they don't like what they
Got to
could
build
do
it
at
up
the Sai-
properly, but I would like that.
One thing I would like to see at the Saikai Taikai as well is because obviously in season 5 there was a lot of times where Miguel was saving Robby. I want them to pay it off with Robby saving Miguel at some point, or like trying to help him to show
think
more of the
it's-
brotherly dynamic as well.
Yeah, especially because if anyone's going to understand how he's feeling, it's going to be Robby because of everything Robby's gone through with Johnny. But on a much deeper level, because at least Johnny, while he wasn't there and Robby has abandonment issues, Johnny isn't an arsehole for it. Like, he's an arsehole for doing it, but not an arsehole like Hector is. Hector's a straight up gangster.
Yeah, Hector's just
Yeah.
absolute
evil.
bleep.
You know,
Yeah.
so
He's evil, man.
you could have a point where Silver actually is involved in that from behind the scenes.
Yeah. Because say what you want to say about Kreese and Silver, even though they do shady shit, like they still are like men with honor or whatever. Like they don't. I mean, to a certain extent or whatever, they don't try.
I am fascinated to see how they balance it because I mean I don't know if they'll bring Mike back. I hope they do, but even then, you still got Chosen. You got all these characters to juggle. It's gonna be. It's no small task, and I don't envy them because there's going to be a lot of balancing issues. Now, I will say this: as much as they'll work their ass off to give every character a moment, you'll have Miguel bringing the show full circle back to its roots. We started with him. Robby winning the trophy and burying Cobra Kai because his father started it. Sam fulfilling her dad's legacy and bringing it full circle as well. You know, Hawk will be on job in the tournament and Kenny will be ruthless. You know, you've got all these great things. Not every character will get a shiny moment because there's just
like
so
your
many
boy
characters.
Mitch. Like your boy Mitch.
He's gonna win this Takai Taka. I'm calling it.
I'm calling it now. Do you know what? Let's put it to the background of that guy. I can imagine Mitch walking into the dojo, right? He walks into the dojo of Sensei Kim and he just says this.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
I got that one earlier on. I need to play it one more time.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
It's math. It's math, everybody.
The more you Danny Watkins, the more you're gonna Danny Watkins.
Basic math.
But I'm really looking forward to it. And, you know, I think what's great about this show is
Dan's like...
it's gonna be one of them shows that it gets an even bigger following over time.
Jesus Christ, just start playing.
You know, it's the minute the show stops and the finale airs, give it 5 years, it's gonna have even more of a following. And that's good. Because when Cobra Kai's away for like 5-10 years, when it comes back, which it will down the road, when it will come back, by then you don't need to do any Star Wars sequel bullshit because you've already transitioned the story in a natural and organic way. And you could have Johnny and Daniel in there. They'll still be in there, but they'll be lesser roles because the focus will now be on the kids. And you've set them up well. You've got a rich roster. Like you just had Johnny, Daniel, Kreese, and Silver and OG standalone members. Now you've got characters that we've had 6 seasons with, you know, and a lot of them have grown together. You've got a great roster of characters. All the characters are awesome. And I'd be excited to see where they take it. Even with people like Anthony and Kenny. Like, I know we joke about it, but like objectively speaking, there's a lot they could do with
kick his ass.
Oh, believe it, beat his ass. But you can do a lot with that down the road. A lot.
Yeah.
It's like Miles passing the torch to Peter. It's like a similar thing. Like the
man.
Or Miles. Legacy character.
Peter passing the torch to Miles.
You mean I was about to say, first he believes that Henry Cavill's the best Batman or whatever, and now he's saying that Miles, dude, you're gonna get like a whole bunch of like, what? No, it's not true. Did he just say that Miles like is passing the torch to Peter?
On the game, that's pretty much what's happening.
Delete that from the archives and everything, like man.
Delete that from the archives. It never happened. It never happened.
Is that all the top? Fuck it up.
Yes, I do believe so. That is all the topics.
Yeah, that is all the topics. That is all the topics.
Do we have a post-credit scene?
We're now in the post-credit scene, and in this part, we can talk about whatever we wish.
What's your sauce, Danny?
Yeah, Danny, what's your sauce? Ketchup?
Oatmeal?
Good set.
That's my sauce.
So I will say this: Mitch learned a very valuable lesson when he joined Cobra Kai.
See, as you can see,
the more you piss around, the more you
find
find
out.
He has a full whiteboard dedicated.
I'm not gonna lie, but that guy is hilarious.
It's just he breaks it down. And look, I did this, and he arrives. Oh,
you know what will be
up there, small now.
Ah, hey.
Not that hot. When this guy woke up this morning, he was white.
No.
RJ.
Not that hot.
Jacob, we need to add some new clips because there's so many.
I know, I do.
Because we got
know.
so
Dude, the sidemen want to be hilarious. I need to add that one in.
Not that hot.
Not that hot.
RJ, this is something I've said many times now, but the more you keep mentioning about Sam and Sam LaRusso's BS, this is my reply now.
See, as you can see, The more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
The more Sam F's around, the more you're gonna find.
I don't get it.
But you know what's crazy? All of this started from Sam LaRusso anyway, so I can't really be angry.
Yeah, like
Look what Rodney just said.
Danny, they should be grateful.
Oh, RJ, someone commented earlier on that I was a crip.
That you were a crip. You kind of do look like one, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Cody looks like a blood.
Just don't go to LA, and then you'll be okay.
Cody.
Yeah.
Cody.
You could go to LA, just don't wear any of those colors.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wear this in LA. I'm white, not stupid.
Don't wear red gi.
I heard about that.
Yeah, dude. I need to.
Everyone will be out there, will be literally looking at me like,
"Hello there."
Thing is, though, I had Eagle Fan Karate on it, so there you go. Cobra Kai
Eagle Fan Karate.
There you go.
If they came up to me and they're like, "What the hell is Eagle Fan Karate?" You want to find out?
RJ, someone said TASM 2 over Far From Home and Homecoming.
I was here for that.
Wait, where's Kevin?
But also, we can agree that TASM has the best suit, the best homemade suit. Isn't that right, Cody?
Yeah.
Did you just say
Cody, you gotta say it like low. He was like, yeah.
Photos of myself, you creep.
Like Cody's saying, like, yeah, whatever. I'm not in the mood. He's like, I'm not in the mood.
Mark Webb, what the hell were you thinking?
Bro, that was so funny.
Sorry, that was hilarious. I
Mark
couldn't
Webb,
stop
what
laughing.
the
Cody,
hell
your
were
rant
you-
there was brilliant, man. Just brilliant. Brilliant
Like
stuff.
Cody's like, don't remind me. Fuck this shit.
But we can all agree, though, and Cody, you will agree with me on this. Sam and Robby
are in game.
I mean, in real life.
I mean,
sure.
they're technically in real life.
I'm Robby a symbiote. What?
The symbiote.
Ugh.
What if Robby got the symbiote? Oh my god, he would have gone full on season 4.
Yeah, there probably wouldn't have been any redemption for that boy. I'm just being honest.
Bro, he would have probably
Yeah,
killed all the characters in the show. If he
I'm not gonna lie. I can't say this.
I hate you, Johnny.
Because this is not the way, bro.
Huh?
That's the about it, cuz.
Oh,
This went past the 2-hour mark.
right. Good night, guys. Bye.
Big time.
Good night, guys. Bye.
It is
Bully
2 hours.
Buchanan.
It is 2 hours.
Shout out to TCK for starting that Bully Keen movement. That was pretty cool.
Bully,
that stream.
Bully
Put some foot in your eye.
Bully Mariduena.
Hair and everything
Bully
else.
marijuana.
Bully Mauser.
Oh Lord, Bully Mauser.
Bully Zapka.
Mistake.
Wait, Bully Zapka sounds like Baby Zapka. So what? Oh god, that's your favorite shot of MCU, isn't it, Danny?
It's got the cake.
Wait, what?
Wait, show him.
Wow.
I'm confused.
This just ain't it, man.
This just ain't it. This just ain't it. RJ, give us a closing sentence before we round off the stream, sir. A word of wisdom. Or 2, or 3, or 4.
Dog of wisdom.
Oh, God.
Don't do a Yinko, because Yinko takes his time with these.
He woke up this morning.
That's RJ when he realizes he left the popcorn in the microwave for too long.
I was staring at them titties though.
What the
Where'd you get that from? Really? Papa Smurf? I was told that earlier on as well, that it looked like a Smurf.
Hey, Danny, how's
Where'd you get that from?
You told us.
I was staring like a mug, bro.
Right,
Like,
okay,
I was like,
everybody, that is the end of the stream. We've reached the 2-hour mark. Everybody raise a massive toast to the one, the only, Shamoon. And everybody raise a toast to the man, the myth, the wolf, a year since he joined.
Bye.
And everyone raise a toast to the one, the only, all-American Texan.
Pain.
And
What pain?
Commander Cody, the time has come.
Cody's like, I'm fed up. I'm going.
Execute Order Symbiote.
Flip you in the.
Marvelous. And myself, I'm not a Crip. I look more like a Smurf. And we've also got
Andrew, why is your camera?
NPC.
Yes, we've got the default character model.
Where's your face, man?
The default character model.
Yes, sure.
Default
You know,
character.
you know, hang on. Is there a way I can? There you go. There you go,
Why don't
RJ.
we do this layout more often?
This is the best layout ever.
When Danny
RJ,
wants
you're
to
in
rant, we
charge.
should all just eat our popcorn and just be in the corner.
Yeah, just be sat in the corner.
So, Danny, explain to us in 2 sentences or less why
Imagine
Nickelback is the
someone
best
watching
band of
this
all
on like
time.
a 50-inch TV. What the hell is that?
He's got a full-on binge.
You going in the bin? Is that most of your takes now?
Just like Batman Hush. This is where Nickelback puts their albums in. You know.
Jacob. Why are you playing with your bin, bro?
Hi, I'm Danny from Texas, and this is my 50 reasons that Nickelback are trash.
Screw you, Canada. Giving us Nickelback. You give us Nickelback, and you give us Drake, Aubrey. Like, no, thank you.
The grassy boy.
Nah, Drake is okay. Drake is okay. But
Oreo.
RJ hates Drake.
Not
RJ
now.
hates Drake.
I don't hate Danny. I don't hate anybody. All right. I don't like how you said that. I don't hate anybody.
Remember, RJ, we the big three.
Oh, God.
Me, Andrew.
Right here, man.
Oh! Look at this photograph.
Yep, look at this
Ironically,
photograph
Danny's
right
doing
here.
that meme right now with the way he's holding the bin.
Look at this photograph. There
Danny,
you
we
go.
know you.
Yeah.
I feel like Danny's about to like. He's holding it like an instrument.
Danny, this is a takeover. This is your channel.
Yes, it is. It's finally happened. The black
When
man
is
gets to
MMA
talk.
King Priest Junior coming out?
The black man gets to finally talk.
And you've been replaced by the Scottish guy.
See what they do? See what they
I
do?
didn't realize I was in DC. What's going on here?
And you've been replaced by Schmidt.
And the
My
Oh, great.
And
Oh,
you've been
great.
replaced by
Now,
And you've been replaced by NPC.
Goat. What's that? Was that your forehead?
racism at its finest.
Yes, we are a very inclusive squad. That's why the white man's on the bottom. It's crazy.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Everyone look at RJ. Should we look at hey, Cody, look.
Damn.
Ooh.
Look
I
at
thought
this
I was dark.
photograph.
What's he doing?
Of course.
Right, that's it. Now we're at the part of the stream where it's got to end. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. It's been a great 2 hours of craziness, and the last 7 minutes is our version of the post-credits scene. Everybody, RJ, oh my god, RJ loves. Yes. Also, RJ is a firm supporter of Sam and Robby being endgame. That's also a thing.
I mean, I guess whatever better.
I mean, if you want to talk about real life, then yeah, like
Very important. Context is important.
Yeah.
You Mystic, get you in Rodney Mars, Whit, hi Cody. The last Cobra, thanks for watching, dude. Serpent edits, sup. And I will say this. The brilliant thing is, even if you find folks in the comments section say stupid takes, or you say things that make us laugh, it's good that you come back and we engage in banter and whatever else, because that's how this stuff should be. It's not meant to be taken seriously. It's meant to be a lot of fun. And we are back to form, everyone. We are back to form every single Sunday. We are back.
because God knows that this should not be like game banging off of pop culture.
Wait,
What?
Like they're throwing up sets for pop culture.
that's crazy. That okay.
Damn.
And once again, the stream belongs to the black man, strong.
What the? Someone give this man his milk.
Milk.
If you give me milk, then I'll be half and half like Drake. I don't want to be like that. I want to be strong.
Right. Say that.
I
am the captain of this ship.
Shit, this guy hit me with a van.
Then. Is that my over?
And smell that fucking coffee,
Where's
mate.
the coffee? Where's the
Wake up
coffee?
and smell the
Why is this so quiet? PSA: Mr. Waddy has been removed from the termination. TBA will now take your request.
It be like that sometimes. And guess what, people? I have to deal with this all week long. We're back.
By your leave, Mr. Turner.
By your